This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
This episode is brought to you by Casper Mattresses, and that's fine and well, but it's also brought to you by Mr. Koya, and you might think, that's great, those shirts are great, but I wish there was a shirt that was specific to the Weekly Planet, which had been designed and you could buy online and order now.
I do think that.
Well, there is, Mason.
What?
So, you know this, you know about shirts. What's
That's true.
going on?
I sounded surprised there, but I actually know what's going on.
You're very
here.
much involved.
I'm involved. There's 5 photos have been taken.
Correct.
The website is up.
That's it.
Very cool. Our friends over at
we'll
Mr.
see.
Koya have worked together with us. If you like obscure podcast merchandise, as we all do, and you want a button-up shirt that represents the podcast, The Weekly Planet, and to some extent all the podcasts on the Planet Broadcasting Network.
But it also just looks like a nice shirt.
It does look like a nice, cool shirt.
Yeah.
It's great. It's like a dark blue. It's got the Planet Broadcasting logo like endlessly repeated in a light blue. And then every once in a while, there's a little silhouette of our faces on there.
That's right. There's a few Easter eggs in there, Mason, would
Couple
you
of
say?
Easter eggs, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's fine quality because I've put mine on and I like it.
Yes,
A whole bunch.
you've got the only one,
I've
don't
got the
you?
only one currently existing, yeah.
So they're no longer available.
That's right. Enjoy my Instagram posts and I'm going to burn it tomorrow.
That's it. Well, actually, you've got 3 weeks from 3 weeks till now.
We're doing a pre-order run of
Pre-order
these
run
shirts.
just to work out how many are going to be printed, and delivery is going to be early September so they can get made up. This is a limited edition shirt. If you do order another Mr. Koya shirt in the same order, which often people do, that will also come in September with the Weekly Planet shirt. So we've talked about before about the 25% promotion. That's over. That's finished. Forget about it. That
was the carrot. This is the stick. Whoocha! Whoocha!
So this one, yeah, it's take a look. I'll link it below if you want to get one. Check it out. Like I said, limited run, limited time. They're a good quality shirt. Also,
They're really great.
They're ethically made. I've said this before. Nobody's losing a hand in a machine. You know that they make sure all the factory standards are up to scratch. Everybody's getting paid. It's also a good quality shirt that'll last.
That's true.
What else do you want?
All the shirt measurements are on the website, so
Yes.
if you're unsure, just have a look. What I would do is compare it to a shirt that fits you
Yep.
very well, that you already own.
Yes.
Just compare it up. But if you're in between sizes, they're pretty slim and fitting. So if you're in between sizes, go up a size.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Cool.
They're fun. They're fun for summer. You want a little loose and relaxed for summer.
A good summer shirt.
Fun some.
It's mrkoya.com/product/weekly-planet.
Oh.
That's the landing page. There's a whole lot of pictures of you here, Mason. Don't let that put you off.
Oh,
anybody.
come on. Nah, look all right. Come on.
But
Nah.
yeah, bloody check it out. We'd love to see some out in the wild. Or don't.
No, do.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
We're only doing this for 3 weeks.
But you don't have to.
I feel you have to.
You have to. It's
Yeah.
a limited run. I don't know how limited. It might be 50, but it might be 1,000. I don't know.
I guess it depends how much fabric they printed.
Yeah, I guess
You know
it,
what I mean?
I guess it does.
Yeah. Also, this isn't some sort of weird, cheapy polyester print.
Oh no,
Like,
it's
this is
a
100%
real
cotton. This
shirt.
is real good stuff. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. On with the show.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, my co-host, Nick Mason.
Thank you. Very special news this week.
What's that?
A little special shout out. It's the birthday of your brother, the one that I don't like.
Correct. It
And
is.
as is tradition,
Yep.
when it's the birthday of your brother, the one I don't like, you get to do the intro and sort of stumble over some of the words.
That's right, yeah.
And you've done it, so good work.
We uphold all sorts of crazy traditions, but that's our favourite.
It's so good, isn't it?
It really
It's
is.
our Christmas, you know?
It's
the
our
birthday of your
Christmas.
brother that I don't like.
Speaking of things you don't like, Mason, you hate charity. And that's
Yeah.
fine. But we have a Care Australia campaign that's running at the moment.
Oh, nuts.
It's linked below. You can win prizes.
Oh, cheese and crackers, James.
Mr.
Don't care for this.
You can win stuff as well. There's bonus Q&As and podcasts from Planet Broadcasting where they're giving away movement watches and Mr. Koya shirts and Harry's razors
Prize
and a bunch of other
packs.
stuff. There's prize packs. So if you donate any amount of money, we're also well over the halfway point, which means we're going to
Yeah.
start recording some stuff. So you also get to ask a question if you donate. So you probably want to get that in soon if you want to get your question in the old QO way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to think of a funny format to put it in so we notice it.
That's right. Bold.
emojis.
Ooh. I don't know
We're
if
up
they...
to we're over 22,000.
Great.
That is amazing.
That's
Thank you,
fantastic.
everybody.
Cool. Here's some bad news, though.
Oh, no.
I mean, he was 90, but it's still bad news when a legend from the industry passes away, Mason.
Yeah, right.
Steve Ditko.
That's right.
Co-creator. Some would say had a bigger hand? Because didn't Stan Lee go to him and go, what if a spider was a man? And he went, and he did everything else.
The classic Stanley pitch, which is, what if there was a man and he had spider powers? Yeah, all right, I'll do it. I guess I'll design everything and create his powers and his origin. All right,
Yeah,
I'll do it.
that's it.
So yeah, Steve Ditko.
Yeah. Also, Doctor Strange had a huge hand in that.
He
Like,
also
he's-
created. He worked for Charlton Comics,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think he had a hand in some of the characters that later became the Watchmen characters.
Yeah, right.
He co-created Captain Atom. He's worked on Blue Beetle. The Question. He created the
Yeah.
Question. And other stuff. The Creeper, who's one of my favorite characters, who's a Gotham City like radio shock jock that turns into like a weird yellow and green and red bouncing around insane man.
Oh,
it's
very
pretty
good, yeah.
I created Hawk and Dove, Shade the Changing Man, bunch of characters.
Bunch
yeah.
of characters, yeah.
Yeah.
So you did an episode recently of Do Go On about Marvel.
Oh yeah, we
You're-
cursed him. Sorry.
Yeah, you did. But you talked about you did different Marvel characters and eras.
Uh-huh.
And Matt mentioned Steve Ditko specifically
Yes.
and how that he did end up getting paid out for all of his work
So
from Marvel. That's the rumor.
So the story goes, because a lot of times in the past, people who created characters for the big comic book companies didn't get any
Yeah.
compensation for what they did, beyond what they got paid for the day, really.
Yeah.
But suppose the story goes that one day, quite recently, one of his neighbors accidentally opened a piece of his mail.
Accidentally.
Yeah, well, and like it was a check from Marvel Entertainment for a lot of money.
Yeah.
So who knows? I
And
hope
it
that's
was in Euro as well.
oh, that's so
it's
much
even
money.
better.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
So
good
that,
stuff.
Yeah, so that's good that he got
Yeah.
that he eventually got paid for his work. No family members? as
No
far as
family
we're
members. He
aware?
does
Yeah.
he has one surviving nephew who's also called Steve Ditko.
Really?
Yeah, who's also I think a comic book writer
Really?
or also an artist. Sorry,
Okay.
He's an artist.
Great.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so yeah, legend of the industry. I'd like to actually go back and do an episode on the early days of him and Stan Lee and their workings together. But we're in Comic-Con fever at the moment, Mason.
Oh, it's Comic-Con fever, is it?
It's the summer movie season.
Is it?
And whatever. Yeah, maybe.
All right, seems pretty cold down here. I don't believe it's the summer season.
Well, it is. More important places in the world.
Oh, okay,
places
right.
in the world that will get bombed first. So-
Terrific.
So
Good, great.
That's how that works. But no, a legend of the industry. His contributions cannot be touted enough.
Agreed.
But I think that's enough for today.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, it should have been Rob Liefeld. We all know it.
Oh, brutal.
No, I like Rob Liefeld. That's not true. And he's a young man, Rob
He's
Liefeld.
a young man, yeah.
Okay, next bit of news. Birds of Prey is apparently going to be shooting in January.
This is the Birds of Prey movie, not the Birds of Prey TV series, which
Wish,
has already
Mason.
happened.
Yeah, that's what it's
New episodes of the Birds of Prey TV series.
Isn't somebody famous in that we know of or something? Let me check. Like someone who's famous now?
I was going to say Lucy Lawless, but I don't think it is.
I'm looking at these names and I know a lot of them, but no one I can definitively
I think
say.
there might be a Dark Angel alum in there somewhere.
I don't doubt that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's a bad show, but this seems like it's not going to be a bad movie potentially. Margot Robbie's going to be assembling a team of various
Actors
and
who
characters
will portray Harley Quinn and characters.
Correct. Also, apparently, she's going to get a new costume that they're working on the design at the moment. It's going to have a lower budget and it's going to be R-rated.
Oh,
So-
okay. All right.
I mean, who knows whether this happens?
Sure.
Potentially not. Also, Kathy Yan, who directed Dead Pigs, a movie I have not seen, will be directing. So this could go any number of ways.
Absolutely.
Including the best movie ever made.
That's we can't we can't rule it out, can we?
No.
And
Do you want me to quickly look up Kathy Yan, see what else is going on there?
okay, let's do that.
No, I say, do you want me to? I mean,
Oh,
you can
sure,
do it
yeah,
too
I'm not
if you
gonna do
want.
it. Absolutely
Okay,
not.
good. Screenwriter, Chinese American screenwriter. No, I'm not really familiar with her work. But hey, everybody starts somewhere, Mason.
And sometimes it's a big budget Hollywood superhero movie.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
She produced the movie Humpty in 2015.
Oh.
Which I assume is some kind of Humpty Dumpty.
Or it could be about
Gritty reboot.
it could be about Humpty Hump from the rap group Digital Underground.
Do you think that's what it is?
I think it's almost certainly about that, yes.
Okay, good. Okay, do you think this one's going to get off the ground? Has Margot Robbie still got the bloody...
Well, she's got the star
Hollywood-
power.
Yeah.
She just did I, Tonya, right? That was
Oh
a big
yeah,
hit.
people
like that
yeah.
a lot. Yeah,
Have
I
you
think
seen
so.
that? I think
No,
it's really
I
good.
haven't seen it, no.
Yeah, me neither.
That's
But people
gonna-
say, you know...
People say it's good. People say it's pretty good, but it's just not in the wheelhouse of something I'm interested in. So I'm not going to watch it. I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah.
When it comes to streaming, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I think it might be already.
When it's $4.99 and I can rent it, I'll
Yeah.
probably watch it.
Or you find a copy of it.
Oh yeah, like on the ground.
Yeah, that's
on the
right.
street. Yeah, for sure. No, but see then, because I think my DVD player's in a box. Like,
right.
what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like, if I find a copy on the ground,
And a lot of laptops and stuff you get now don't have
it.
them
Have an
anymore.
optical drive. Yeah.
Yeah. Can a PlayStation even play a DVD? Like a
so.
like a regular DVD? Probably can, can't
I think so. Yeah, but yeah, all right.
All right.
Yeah, but I've got to see. I have to find my Xbox 360. Where is that?
Mate,
That's
I
in a
couldn't
box
tell you
also.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Mason, I know...
So what I'm saying is, in conclusion, even if I found a copy of I, Tonya on the ground
Yes.
in DVD or Blu-ray format, I probably still wouldn't have the motivation to play it.
Okay.
Maybe if I found it as a USB stick.
Yeah. But then you're going to put that in your computer, are you?
No, exactly.
A USB
I'm not.
that you found?
I mean, is it going to have a piece of masking tape? It's just going to be a blank USB stick with a piece of masking tape and then I, Tonya. It's probably malware.
Would you put a USB stick that you found in your computer?
No.
No, me neither.
Yeah, no.
It's a trap.
It's a
right?
trap, absolutely.
Yeah. Here's something that's not a trap, Mason.
Okay, I'm ready.
Nicolas Cage has been cast in Into the Spider-Verse,
That's right,
Miles
yeah.
Morales movie, with old bum Peter Parker in it.
Oh, yeah, Wait, so this is... I thought this was done, this movie. What's happening?
Well, it's what? You can do the voice. Oh, he's already done it. But
Right, okay, so this isn't... Guys, we made half the movie. We forgot to cast most of the characters.
yeah, but maybe he already did it. But he's Spider-Man Noir, which I think is a good...
This is confirmed?
This is confirmed,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, also, a lot of the times they'll do temp voices
Yeah.
and then do them later. I know for Brad Bird in The Incredibles, for example, because you know how he's
Edna Mode.
in a mode. He wasn't supposed to be, but they're like, oh, no, this is great. We'll just do this forever.
Yeah,
So
right.
That's good stuff. I think that's great casting. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, do we have any thoughts about Spider-Man Noir?
Oh, I think it looks like a movie that I really want to see. More than I, Tonya. I might even chance putting it in my computer if I found a USB
What
stick.
I'm saying, though, is... how do you feel about Spider-Man Noir as a character?
I don't care. I think it's interesting in, when you got a plethora of Spider-Man characters and he's one that exists.
Yep,
I find it interesting, but I wouldn't read anything that was just him.
Fair
I don't
enough.
know anything about that character other than he was in that video game.
Yep.
Uh,
Shattered Dimensions,
Shattered
right?
Dimensions,
Yeah.
where-
So he's the version from he's an alternate version from an alternate 1930s depression.
yeah, he's like
era
a
America.
Batman, the Shadow.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
he's Spider-Man.
He is Peter
yeah.
Parker though. He's like a
Yeah,
depression
right.
era Peter Parker. So what I'm saying is, how do you feel about Nicolas Cage as depression era Peter Parker?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Good.
That's
Okay.
good, yeah.
All right. Do you think he'll have? What hair do you think he'll have? Is I guess my question.
I don't think we'll see his hair. I think we're just going to see
You don't think he'll be unmasked?
Steampunk goggles.
It's just occurred to me that he'll be animated, so it doesn't matter what.
What did you think?
I don't know. I just felt the presence of Nicolas Cage would just emerge in live action in this animated movie.
Well, we've talked about how wouldn't it be cool if live action Spider-Man did turn up
Yeah,
in this
right,
movie.
uh-huh.
I mean, if it's different dimensions, maybe some of them are animated and some of them
Oh,
aren't.
real, exactly.
But
Yeah, that's
that would
true.
be incredible if 54-year-old actor Nicolas Cage shows up with his best toupee or his worst. Because
Yeah.
the sillier the movie,
Agreed.
the sillier the toupee.
I think he needs some Bangkok Dangerous floppy hair.
Oh,
I think.
remember
It's just
that?
long and floppy, I think.
Was that a series of films, or did he just make... Am I just imagining all the films from that era with his floppy hair, thinking it's the same character?
Yes, they were all different characters.
Good.
I don't think he gets a lot of sequels. Ghost Rider,
Is the
Spirits of
exception?
Vengeance, I think was the exception. Yeah,
Okay, fair enough. He's the hardest working man in Hollywood, isn't
that's
he?
very true.
Yeah. Now, I know you're sick of Star Wars news.
Correct, I
And
am.
luckily there isn't any this week. But I've just actually got an email here. It's not an email. I've written all this out.
Okay, cool.
Kerry Russell is apparently going to be joining Star Wars Episode 9. You may
Ooh.
know her as Felicity.
Felicity.
And various other things. She's in The Americans at the moment, which,
Yep.
from what I've seen, is a really great show.
She's in Mission Impossible 3.
That's true.
She is.
She
She's
gets
one
her
of.
head blown out by a
she's-
bomb in the
yeah.
eye or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
that really. Oh,
Not pleasant.
well, not pleasant. I mean, it's more unpleasant than even if her head just blew off, like
Yeah.
the top of her head blew off.
Yeah.
Just one of her eyes goes One of her eyes pops off in the other direction.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, that's
No good.
Didn't like
That
that.
scrambled your brain.
Yeah, she is one of J.J. Abrams' lucky charms. The
Yeah.
other one being Greg Grunny Grunberg.
But what else has she been in for J.J. Abrams? Aside from those two things.
Star Trek?
I don't think she's in Star Trek.
I'm fairly confident she is Kirk's mum in Star Trek.
No, that's House. She's from House. You're thinking of
Oh.
House. You know, House has got all these minions, and they're like, we think it's this house, and he's like, I'm too busy eating pills and telling everybody that they're a bitch. I don't care about political correctness.
We think it's lupus every week. It's not lupus. Apparently one time it was lupus.
Was it?
Yeah, it was lupus.
Wow,
one
we
time.
should watch that episode.
Agreed. So that wasn't Kerry Russell. I bet she was in a Star Trek.
Okay, well, you're probably right, but also you might be wrong. I actually mentioned Kerry Russell a few weeks back, because they were talking about casting a character. The code name was Mara, like a Mara Jade.
Yeah, right,
And I was
okay.
like, who'd be good for that? Kerry Russell. And lo and behold, the person who's directing this movie, who's worked with this actress before, took up my idea
Wow.
independently.
Wow.
No, dependently of me.
correct,
And that's
yes.
how this has happened.
That's true.
So, no, I think she's great. And I
There
think
are no
that's
coincidences.
correct. I think she's great. And I think that's a good... It's a good casting thing. Did you see all the hullabaloo online this week about James Mangold and various other people chiming in? Christopher McQuarrie, who's directing Mission Impossible, about Star Wars.
No, let's hear about it.
So he got into a conversation with Ryan Johnson about Star Wars, and he was like, "Hey, Ryan Johnson's great to follow or whatever because he talks about screenwriting," and it was just like endless. The Last Jedi is the worst at whatever. And he's
Great.
like, "Oh, I don't want to." Untag me from all of this. I don't want to. And then someone was like, "Do you want to make a Star Wars film?" And he's like, "Never." Now?
This is Mangold.
No, sorry. This was Christopher McQuarrie, who's
Okay,
doing
right.
the new Mission Impossible. He's like, "Never in a million years. Like, if
Wow.
I have to put up with this, like, I've done 10 minutes of this and I want to kill myself."
Oh, yeah.
And then James Mangold, though, has come out and said, I've got this tweet here. At this point, with working in with big franchises, etc., it's like writing a new chapter of the Bible. If people, kind of keep going on about this, bolder minds are going to leave, and then these films are going to go to hacks and corporate boards. Which I agree. Like, if you're just shouting at people all day, you're going to get McG movies basically forever.
Oh, no.
I know he's your favourite. He's a fan favourite of yours. But yeah. And that was also on the back this week of Ahmed Best coming out talking about how 20 years ago, the media backlash of Jar Jar Binks left him suicidal and
Yeah,
he's bounced
right,
back
uh-huh.
now. And because that was not his fault, obviously.
Absolutely not. He was told... He was given character notes and the design was not his and all sorts of stuff, yeah.
But Star Wars has a long history of this. Or it's really from the 90s. It started in the 90s when the movie started to kick off again. The stuff with Jake Lloyd and how things turned out for him. Hayden Christensen, was... I mean, that would have been a horrible
right?
10 years of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just... People need to just calm down a little on this.
Yeah. But I guess it's a function of, there's just so many fans out there
Yeah.
of this franchise that some of them got to be a little odd.
You know what they should do?
What's that?
They should just cancel it.
All of it.
Just cancel it all.
Wow.
Just bin it. That'll
Well,
shut people
look,
up.
I think we said this when we talked about The Last Jedi. If they were like, hey, listen, we're shutting down Lucasfilm, there won't be any more Star Wars movies. I reckon I'd be fine with that.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
that-
okay for
that-
it for now.
Because
at least.
The Last Jedi had a nice open-ended
Nice little bow on
finale
it.
where
Yeah.
I'm like, who knows what'll happen in the future? I don't, it was nice and kind of open-ended, and I didn't feel like
Yeah.
I'm like the stories you could imagine in the future.
The stories
would
you can
be
imagine.
fun,
yeah. Speaking of, though, they did talk about one of the writers of one of the Boba Fett stories said he had been in contact with Lucasfilm about them taking his Boba Fett short story. I can't remember which one it is, and I haven't read it, but it's a Legends one, I think. And basically, it's young Boba Fett and how his rivalry with Han Solo. So it would have been like a follow-on from Solo potentially or whatever, but I don't care about any of that. But hey, if that's the direction they were going to go, they're probably not doing that now, I'd imagine. Just get away from that era. But anyway, or cancel everything, or do whatever you want. They're not going to cancel it. It makes too much money.
Correct, yes.
They're going to be every day forever. Man, Star Wars is... Like, I see Steele on there just fighting all day with people about Star Wars, and I'm just like, I can't even... This is too much for me.
We're making a pact. We're never talking about Star Wars again.
Yay!
Dusting our hands off.
Dustin
We're done with
hands.
this.
Are you a Sopranos fan?
I was at the time.
Yeah.
And then I since went, but I'm like, I'm going to rewatch The Sopranos again. And I got, I think, maybe a season and a half in, and I'm like, boy, there's a lot of this, isn't there?
Do you think it gets better? Because it went to like 2007 or something.
I think it probably does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Why do you ask?
I'm just asking.
Oh, cool. All right, moving on.
No, Alan Taylor, who directed Thor: The Dark Thor, I didn't misspeak. He's going to be directing a Sopranos prequel.
Oh.
I don't think this.
Sopranos babies.
Yeah. But
Lil Paulie Walnuts.
I don't know who that is. I've never really seen it.
Uh-huh.
But now I was going to go back and watch it, but
I've convinced
maybe
you
I
otherwise.
won't.
Uh-huh.
Because it did start in 99, and
Yeah.
what was good then?
I also think it was...
I mean, Now and Again, which we talked about last week.
Yeah, it was a terrific, yeah. I think I was slow to get to... I was always some time behind The Sopranos because it's a show about a mafia boss who starts to go into therapy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you trying to do a serious version of Analyze This?
I think I was about to say, is it before?
I think it came out afterwards.
Let me check.
Let's check.
I don't
Using
think
technology.
so. Analyze This. Analyze This came out in 1999. Oh, there you go. Sopranos, 1997.
Oh, what?
So
All right,
there
then.
you go. Can you believe that, Mason?
I can't believe that's blown my mind. Well, then I don't know why I didn't get into it early.
That's a good question. You've ever seen Analyze This or that?
I've seen Analyze This, but not Analyze That.
I remember seeing a bit of it and
I've
going...
also seen Mickey Blue Eyes.
I have seen Mickey Blue Eyes.
Let's talk about Mickey Blue Eyes.
Okay, what do you think of Hugh Grant's mafia accent? Forget about it.
I mean, it's terrible.
But is it
it's
supposed to be, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember it being good.
No.
James Caan?
Yes.
I don't remember it being good.
Correct.
Though I did watch Cloud on the other day, Notting Hill. Mm-hmm. Notting Hill's a great movie.
If you say so.
It is a great
All
movie.
right.
All right?
Fine, good.
It's very much of the time.
Great.
But it's got the lizard in it.
Oh, yeah.
Rhys Ifans.
Yes, that's
Remember
true.
him?
Oh, yes. Good.
The weird lanky
All right, now.
Welsh man.
Now, we've talked about Mickey Blue Eyes, so if everybody who tweets us every week asking us to talk about Mickey Blue Eyes, if you could stop now because we've done it, all right?
We've done it, yeah. Bloody knock it off. What else we got here? Okay, Idris Elba, Mason. He is going to be the villain in the Hobbs and Shaw Fast and Furious spin-off movie.
That's right.
What do you think of that?
Pretty good.
I think that's a good addition to the franchise. He's British, but will he be British? Yes.
Wait.
Because he's evil.
Yes, I think so, because I feel like the Fast and the Furious guys have killed all the American villains. Like, they've killed every villain in America.
Yeah, right.
So what you want to do, because remember when they brought in...
And maybe Portugal?
Yeah.
In 4 or 5? I don't
Remember
know.
when they brought in Statham and he was intended to be this completely unstoppable juggernaut where he just kill everybody in a police station or whatever.
Yeah, or a hospital, a public hospital, yeah.
Yeah. Where I think now they're like, well, now we need a guy who's even more badass than that.
Yeah.
And he's double British.
And tall.
He's tall.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
No, I think this is a great addition. I don't think you can go wrong here. So that's coming out.
Do you think he'll be another brother? Or another family member
He
of
could
Statham?
be, yeah, he could be.
Because Helen Mirren was his mum, right?
It's very possible, and I think... Is Charlize Theron related to them as well? Or is she a
Probably.
different British villain? Is she British? Or is she South African in those movies? Have they killed all the South Africans
They
yet?
probably kill all the South Africans, yeah.
I really want to see this though.
Yeah,
Of that last movie, those two were my favourite part.
Yeah,
you know
right.
that bit in the prison and they just
Yep.
yelling at each other
Yeah, that
through
was
glass?
good. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Here's my prediction. It's gonna be Idris Elba is gonna be like Statham's sister's ex-husband or something.
Okay, sure.
And they've
yeah.
got a beef for some reason.
But you think then he comes good?
No, I think they're gonna kill each other.
But no one really dies in this.
That's
Still
very-
waiting
that's
for
true.
Gal Gadot to come back. Because I think she just fell off a plane and disappeared. And you didn't see her hit the ground or whatever.
Great.
Yeah, so they should
Well,
bring
yeah,
her
she
back.
could have. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they brought back Michelle Rodriguez.
That's
She
true.
Died in a
She
car
probably
accident.
like. If they want to bring Gal Gadot back, they could just have like a flashback sequence where she's falling out of the plane and then she lands in the cab of like a Ford F-150, like a 4x4 with really big tires that's also falling to earth, and then she just bounces. And she's like, it's a miracle, I'm still alive.
No, she has to come back with amnesia or whatever. That's the
Yeah.
rule in the Fast and Furious-averse. This is kind of exciting news, Mason. they're making a Legendary and making a live-action Gundam film.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Gundam Style.
Ooh. Now, does that mean...
Gundam Style.
Now I get it.
Do you remember that song?
Yes, I remember it.
That's what I'm referencing.
Yeah, I
it.
remember. Yeah, we all remember Psy. We get it. Does Legendary also operate King Kong and Godzilla?
Yes, they
There-
do. And Pacific Rim.
Oh, mate.
But who... So, do you think that's what they're doing here?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, this is a... What do you know about this? I've only seen clips of this show as a kid. I'm like, this looks great, but I've never seen it.
I'll be honest, I don't know anything about it.
I know it's the future.
I know there's a
sort
big
of-
statue. There's a big Gundam statue in
Gundam
Japan.
Style.
It's Gundam Style, exactly. And I don't know. I think maybe it's one of those ones where the continuity changes every time they do a new series, like Robotech.
I was going to say, I also might be thinking of Robotech.
Well, Robotech, like there's always. You know, there was the initial Robotech series about aliens invading Earth, and then there was a later one, Macross Plus, which was a different continuity, but it had similar transforming fighter plane things. So I think maybe Gundam is the same.
Okay.
But before we get letters, let's check.
Have any of these, though, gotten live-action adaptations, like Japanese ones?
Oh, I see.
Like
Here we
separate
go.
of...
Here we
independent-
go.
Here we go. I'm excited.
Here we go. Let's fire this
Can't
up.
wait,
It's time to
Mason.
learn. Are you ready to learn?
I'm ready to learn. I guess.
It's a science fiction media franchise created by Sunrise.
Great.
I assume the Australian morning show, Sunrise. Includes television series, OVAs, which are like anime movies,
Vinaigrettes?
films, manga, novels, video games,
Songs.
hit songs with 1 billion views on YouTube.
But nothing live-action?
It says films.
Yeah, but they could
Let's find out.
They could be animated.
Upcoming Japanese animated mecha. No, okay, I think they're all animated.
Okay, fair
Okay,
enough.
that's fun. I think we would have seen it by now. Like, we would have seen clips if there was a live action version.
Sometimes they make these and they like, I know there's a live-action Attack on Titan,
Right.
and, you know, I've never seen that.
Uh-huh. Great.
So that's good, isn't it?
God, we're so good at this.
We're so good at this.
Uh-huh.
Should we move on from Gundam?
The series was originally titled Freedom Fighter Gunboy. Have I made that up or is it real? Because it sounds like something I would say.
does sound like
It sounds
something-
like a fake movie title we would make up on this show.
Yeah, but it's real.
Yes.
Okay.
Most of the Gundam animation is set in what is known as the Universal Century Calendar era, with later series set in alternate calendars or timelines.
Okay,
All right.
fantastic.
As we predicted.
As you predicted, I
Thank
made
you.
no predictions.
Anyway, what are we doing? What are we talking about with this? They look cool.
They do look
They
cool.
look cool.
I love a big robot.
Yeah.
And also, I think anything that takes money away from Transformers, great. I
Primo,
love it.
absolutely,
I'm
yeah.
100% in.
Yes.
Though Bumblebee looks all right.
Bumblebee does look alright. What sort of Gundam do you want? Do you want the basic looking Gundam?
I think you need to start there, don't you?
Yeah, I think you probably do.
I mean, as a huge fan of the series, that's what I want to see. As someone who knows the lore and knows
Yeah,
the continuity and what is and isn't.
Uh-huh.
And I know that it's not Robotech. Like, I know all these things.
You're aware that it's not Robotech. You get it.
That's what I want
You're
to
not one of
see.
these. You're not one of these fly-by-night Gundam fans who's like, "Oh man, I love Gundam. I love Gundams and Robotechs. I love it when they're friends." You know that they're not friends. Why would they be friends? Robotechs transform into fighter planes. Gundams don't transform into fighter planes, probably.
They're probably not.
Probably don't.
As far as I'm aware, they...
As a big fan,
yeah,
we're pretty sure they
I know
don't.
that they look like they could, and maybe
Yeah.
they don't.
Maybe they do, though.
Yeah, but maybe.
Yeah.
As a big fan,
I think some can fly through space and some can't.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because like there's ones that are like, because there's the one in Japan.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the basic bitch model
Yeah,
of
sure.
Gundams,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's versions that are like super elaborate and they've got like 10 wings
Yeah,
and they've got like
yeah.
a ring of fire around them at all times.
Yeah.
And they can fly through space.
That's my favourite one also.
Me too.
I've got two favourites. I've got the classic and
Classic.
I've got the 10 wings ring of fire.
Yeah,
one.
they're good, aren't
They're
they?
my two favourites.
Ah, so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope all the Gundam fans out there have enjoyed Gundam Talk. Because we know what we're talking about just like you.
Correct.
That's our slogan for this segment. Gundam Talk. We know what we're talking about just like you. I feel we could expand this into a franchise
Yeah, definitely.
about almost any topic.
Yeah. This one, I think we're across. Our next bit of news. Our last bit of news. Oh, no, not last. Second last. Samuel L. Jackson is apparently going to be de-aged 25 years for the whole of Captain Marvel.
Ooh.
So they're doing the entire movie. Kevin Feige has talked about it before.
Uh-huh. But I mean, that could just mean that he will appear at the start and at the end.
No,
and at
he's
some point in the
apparently
middle.
he's going to be in it.
Oh, he's
a
like the
lot.
sidekick.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because from the set photos we've seen, he's wigged,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. So they're just going to kind of make him look like Jurassic Park era
Dinosaur.
dinosaur boy. Yeah. So they've never done it for the whole movie.
No.
But I also feel there's not a lot of work to be done with Sam Jackson to make him look younger. He looks mostly the same.
He really does.
Yeah.
It's true, yeah.
But it's interesting that it's getting to the point where, I guess even budgetary-wise, where they're willing to do that for an entire film.
Uh-huh.
Because we'll talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp in a bit, and this isn't a spoiler, it's in the trailers. There's younger versions of various characters.
That's true, yeah.
That show up. But it's getting pretty good.
Agreed.
And I wonder, though, if it's the length of a movie, it's distracting, as opposed to just seeing it for 2 minutes.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, we will. So,
But again, I also think, like you said, like it might depend on the actor they're doing it with. Because again, Samuel L. Jackson's looked like he's in his 60s and he still looks
mostly the same. Yeah.
But is it also a function of we've seen him in so many movies? Like you don't notice a friend of yours aging if you see them every day.
Some I do.
It's only when you look back, I guess. It's only when you look back and go, oh, we were all so young or whatever.
That's probably true, yeah.
Because we've seen Sam Jackson in so many movies.
Yeah.
Maybe if we go back to was he in Do the Right Thing? Like if we went back to that, would he be like, he's so young in
He's
this.
definitely rangier.
He's in Coming to America.
Yes, he is. He robs the store?
Yep,
something?
he robs
Is that
the
right?
McDowell's, yeah.
McDowell's, yeah. All I remember from Samuel L. Jackson from the 90s is like a rolled up work shirt and a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. So that's what I want to see. Last bit of news. Infinity War will apparently include on the DVD potentially an extended cut, maybe, of 30 minutes of extra backstory.
For Thanos, right?
For Thanos, yes. So I think that's great. I just realized I've got one more bit of Star Wars news and I'm going to look at.
So do you think? No, go ahead. So
no, let's do this first.
Do you think the additional footage is gonna humanize him more, or do you think it's just gonna be more of him blowing stuff up?
I think so. I think it's going to be more of his world and what happened to him and him being. I think it's the idea because you're supposed to sympathize with him. I don't on any level. None of that guy I enjoy. Like I'm not right. I don't feel bad that he had to murder all those people, and I don't think he's doing it for the right reasons. I think he's just a lunatic. I don't understand why you would sympathize with him at all. So I don't like
There's
him.
got to be a better way than killing half the people in the universe.
That's it. But no, I don't. So maybe this will flesh that out more for me.
Yeah,
but
right.
How do you feel about him?
Yeah, I'm not on board with his. Yeah.
I mean, do you even sympathize though?
No, I mean, based on, I guess it depends on what it. To me, it would be based on his understanding of how the Infinity Stones work.
Yeah, right.
Because if he is aware that they can alter reality in a positive way and he doesn't do it, then he is a lunatic.
Yeah.
But if he thinks, like everybody in this movie, that it's just a weapon of mass destruction, I understand how he would come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
Because as people who have read the comic books or know the comic book lore, we know that the Infinity Gauntlet can do anything.
Yeah.
But I think if you take that away and just go, okay, here's a device invented for this movie, I think most of the audiences and the characters in the movie think that it's just a device for killing, like it can only destroy.
Yeah, right.
In which case, I understand how he's gotten there, but I still disagree.
Yeah,
because there's got to be a better way.
There's got to be a better way. Yeah. Well, I even think the fact that he's engaging in fist fights just means he's having fun with it.
Yeah,
because he doesn't need to.
That's true.
So
he could turn everybody into springs.
Yeah, exactly.
Boing.
He only does it once.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use the spring thing that much because I don't like the effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, they'd call you Mr. Springy Dings.
Oh, imagine.
Yeah, that'd be so embarrassing.
Oh no, Mr. Springy Ding's here to kill half our planet. Yeah, no, it's not good, is it?
No, it's embarrassing.
It's weird that he also before this went planet to planet and just shot half the population. That's what he used to do.
Yeah, right. What you could do is you could pick two planets of roughly equal population and blow up one of them.
Exactly.
Oh no, could you though? Because then the remaining planet would still be starved of resources.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, he's doing all right.
He's doing his best. He's thought it through.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so this is, I guess, a potential spoiler for episode 9. This is a hot scoop, Mason.
I had a Captain Marvel question. What do you think Captain Marvel's been?
Space. I don't know specifically. Maybe working for
Fury.
Yeah. Oh no,
space.
even like a space police force thing or something.
Police force.
Police force.
Yeah. Okay.
She works for Nova Corps or something, doesn't she? At some point.
Don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think she's outside of space.
Like in a box.
In a box. I think she's like in the negative zone or something.
Oh, okay. So that's why she won't be aged when she comes back.
That's what I'm thinking.
But does she age anyway?
I don't think immortality is one of her powers.
Do you think people are going to call her on a Rachel from Friends haircut in the
Yes.
modern day?
Yeah, for sure. And then she's going to cut it real quick. There's going to be a cutting it montage.
I don't think she's stuck anywhere because why would Samuel L. Jackson call her on a pager?
Well, I think my feeling is, but look, my spoilers for Infinity War.
Yes.
I think that I don't think it's much of a stretch to suggest that Fury is aware of what's going on, right?
Yeah, right.
Like, I think he's aware of what that, because he's probably tapping Avengers communications or whatever.
Definitely.
I think he's aware that Thanos is doing this thing and he can potentially erase all the universe. And Fury doesn't strike me as a guy whose last act before he ceases to exist is to send a distress call to somebody that stands a 50% chance of not being alive anymore.
Right.
I feel like he's sending, like, that's his sure thing.
Okay.
So I think the reason he's sending that is he is 100% confident, or close to 100% confident, that she's survived the death of 50% of the people in the universe because she's not in the universe anymore. So I think maybe she's in the negative zone. Maybe she's exploring it. Maybe she's fighting off invasions from other dimensions. Maybe that's what she's been doing. Maybe she's holding the universe together somehow, whatever.
You know what I thought might be interesting? If, because of the Thanos snap. Remember when Spider-Man, spoilers for Infinity War. Everyone's seen this, but you gotta be sure, Mason.
You gotta be sure.
With Spider-Man, apparently he takes longer to fade away because he's so powerful. And so he's kind of fighting it. What if she gets the snap and she doesn't disappear?
Oh, right.
Because she's the most powerful Marvel character.
Are we saying she's the most powerful Marvel
Apparently
character?
that's what they're saying.
Okay, right. Huh.
In this live. Because there's no one else like her in the live action. The closest is probably Hulk.
Or Scarlet Witch?
But physically, I mean.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Also, she faded away.
That's true.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just think that would be interesting if she...
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm okay with her being the most powerful character, but I don't know if I'd like her to be, like, out of scale with the rest of the characters.
Okay.
Like, because, look, spoilers for Justice League.
Sure, yes.
If you make one character vastly more powerful than the others, what's the point of any of the others? You know?
Jumping.
Jumping is good, I guess.
Saving people in trucks.
Yeah. Suggesting that people move calmly. Yeah, I guess that's true. But, like, do you see what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I don't
like,
disagree,
why,
yeah.
why
It's probably a
just
bit
bring her in
much.
all the time, you know?
Yeah, well...
So I hope she's slightly more powerful, but not the most powerful. Or maybe she's the most powerful, and at the end she sacrifices some of her powers, and then she's relatively normal.
like her hands.
Yeah, like her hands, yeah.
Okay, good. And she can shoot lasers and stuff,
She can
can't
shoot lasers and stuff.
That's
Oh,
great.
Yeah.
How good's
Oh, yeah,
that?
it's so good.
I'm excited for that.
Did we talk about the released concept art for Avengers 4
I don't
a
think
while
we
back?
have. Yeah. Was that this week?
I think it
week
might have been
before.
last week.
Yeah, let's talk about it
Because we
then.
got a Captain Marvel image.
Yep.
And she's in the red,
The proper
blue, and
suit.
gold
Yep.
suit. We got
Hulk in a spandex.
Hulk in a spandex, yeah.
I like
we
that.
did talk about it.
I don't think we
I've
did.
definitely said Hulk in a spandex in the last week or so.
You've said that every day to me for the time we've known each other.
Yeah. See you later, Hulk in a spandex. Just don't forget. Live your life, but don't forget, Hulk in a spandex.
Captain America's got a new outfit, looks more chainmail-y.
Yep, uh-huh.
And he's no beard. What do you think of the no beard? People are not on board. People got comfortable with the beard.
Yep.
And now they're...
Well, look, based on some of the set footage, it seems to appear that they're going back in time,
Yeah.
or they're going into some parallel universe created by Stark's technology or something.
Yeah.
So maybe he needs to get rid of the beard to blend in. So
Well, I thought maybe we could do a bonus video this week where we could talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it when we talk about Ant-Man also. But I did an Easter egg video and a thing on the post-credit scenes from Ant-Man, which I'll link below, which kind of goes into a bunch of that stuff that you're talking about.
sweet.
But that's for another day. Or today, if you're listening and you want to listen to it. That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Okay, here's the Star Wars thing. Potential spoilers. This is a scoop, but let's just say it may not be true.
Uh-huh.
But it's from a person I know who is reliable. And
Oh, it's one of your sources.
it's one of the
of your
sources.
anonymous
But
sources.
even this person was saying this is Lucasfilm toying with the idea, and it could very well not happen.
Maybe this is your source toying with you in a game of cat and mouse. Do you ever think about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
You've been brought into a web of lies and betrayal. Do you ever think about that?
Yeah, that's definitely that's crossed my mind. But
Okay,
the
all
thing
right.
is, we're not a scoop show.
No, that's true.
We're often wrong. I don't care.
Name one time we've been wrong. So you can't think of one.
I can't actually. Can
Yeah, we're always right.
Always right. Okay, so apparently for episode 9, they've toyed with the idea.
Oh, like this guy's toying
Yeah.
with you. That's a clue in there. He's like, I think they're toying with this. This is you. But continue.
That Snoke is going to be revealed to be Plagueis.
Okay.
I think that would appease fans as well if they
Yeah,
did
for sure.
that.
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
I just assume that he is.
All right.
Like, I don't really care, but he'd have to be. There's no one else he can be.
Just a guy.
In lore. that
I
is.
see, right.
I mean, like,
As opposed to just a guy.
Unless he's just a guy, which is fine. I don't really care, but I understand why they do that.
Now refresh my memory of Darth Plagueis the Wise again.
Okay.
Tell me a story of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Here we go.
All right.
Okay, so in episode 3, Anakin and Ian McDiarmid, the Emperor,
Yes.
go to a squid opera, if you remember.
Yeah. Mhm.
And he tells him the story, and it's basically he's talking about his master, but Darth Plagueis the Wise had conquered death, so he was not going to die. Sure, his face could rot away, and he could look like a weird bulbous, skinny monster man in a gold robe.
A skinned thumb.
Yeah, that's
what he looks like.
It does. And then he was killed in his sleep by his apprentice, or the Emperor.
Right.
But being someone who's conquered death, he could have very well survived that, which is why he's all scarred up if he is Snoke. So that's who he. So he's basically that's why he's been around. He's talked about. He's got knowledge of the Old Republic and the Empire more than he should have. Like it seems like he was around at some extent of it. So that's who he is. So it'll be one line probably. Hey, it turns out he was Plagueis. Who's that? It doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think that means there'll be a return of Snoke? If he's conquered death once.
He looked pretty cut in half.
Yeah, but I mean, how did Ian McDiarmid kill him?
Lightning, I assume.
Slit his throat?
No, it hasn't been revealed in the new.
Okay, right.
In the new one, yeah.
But I mean, surely Ian McDiarmid would have. I mean, Ian McDiarmid, if nothing else, is very thorough.
Yeah.
If he's going to kill Darth Plagueis
should
the
see his
Wise,
tax. It's
impeccable.
impeccable. Does it himself too. He won't outsource it.
That's good. Good for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Business. You got to take care of your business.
Agreed.
So, but surely when he killed Darth Plagueis, he would have done it convinced. Like he would have made sure it was done.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm talking severed head.
It depends how he did it.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they're pretty arrogant. I mean, a lot of these guys survived. Darth Maul literally got cut in half.
That's true.
So, you know.
Yeah.
So the other rumor is that Lucasfilm are toying with the idea.
I'm listening.
I'm including this bit of fan service with including Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin as Force Ghosts, I presume. Or they could do a flashback, but again, I think Episode 9 is going to be very fan service heavy. So none of this would surprise me.
As part of Damage Control, or just because that's Abrams? Do you think
Both.
Both,
I
yeah.
think, yeah. But I think that's okay. You can do both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I guess Abrams is a fixer to some extent.
Yeah, he's a fixer.
You know, like he fixed.
He's a fixer, but he's not a closer.
That's very true.
Yet.
Yeah.
We'll see. Sorry, go on.
You know, he successfully rebooted Star Trek.
He did.
They were like, we need the fans to love this. We need fans and newbies to love this. So and then he
arguably fixed Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, I think he did.
I also think he did.
But that's up to you, people listening to this. So yeah, what do you think about any of that? Not surprising?
Not surprising at all.
Okay, cool. You know what is surprising, Mason?
What's that?
That we've got another ad.
Ooh.
It's not really surprising. You
No,
mentioned
but
up top.
people know at this point.
Do you know, with Casper Mason, with Casper mattresses, you can actually have 100 nights risk-free sleep on it trial.
I'm well aware of
You can
that.
sleep on it for that many nights, or maybe one less than that. Let's say 100. And then be like, I don't like this. But you probably will.
Yeah. It's weird that you would get to that point and be like, you know what, I don't like this.
Now I have to
I think you'd know at day one, but
I think so.
I think you'd be like, this is good. This is good stuff.
primo stuff.
But if you're some sort of oddball that tries something for 100 days,
Well, 100 days I think is enough to be really sure. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
They want people to be really sure. So I have to do a minimum of 5 bullet points from the found chart. Please feel free to use more. I'm going to do exactly 5.
correct. Very, very good. I like it.
Casper products are cleverly designed to mimic human curves, providing supportive comfort for all kinds of bodies. You spend 1/3 of your life sleeping.
Hang on, is this one point?
No, this is the second
This
point.
is the second point. Okay,
I'm
cool.
going to make sure they're
Yeah, if
clear.
you could
Okay.
delineate the points
this
very
is the second
clearly.
point.
Okay.
You spend 1/3 of your life sleeping. I think is that true? I feel like it's more.
I feel it's less.
Wow.
Yeah,
Depends who you are.
that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe on average.
Yeah. Since I've cut out most of dairy and sugar, Mason,
You're
I feel
so
like
tired?
I'm sleeping less.
Okay.
Yeah. I wake up feeling better. Yeah.
Right.
But maybe that's
I
just
thought you were going to say you were sleeping more because you have
because
so
I've got
little
no
energy. Yeah.
My bones are brittle.
Yeah.
So you should be comfortable. The original Casper mattress combines multiple supportive memory foams for a quality sleep surface.
Which point are we on?
This is the next point.
Is it so it's 3?
With 3, with the
Okay.
right amounts of sink and bounce. 4, breathable designs help you sleep cool and regulate your body temperature throughout the night.
Thank you.
That's cool. I like that. My parents love an electric blanket.
Uh-huh.
No,
They're like, James, get in here. Get in here. It's family
I won't.
night.
I
Let's
won't
hang
do
out
it.
in the electric blanket.
not with the blanket. They turn
Let's
that
be-
blanket off. I'll get in.
You'll get in that fort. You'll get in that fort if it's not electric.
I'd be so worried I'd catch fire in the night.
Yeah, I understand.
Have you ever had one? Electric blanket?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I have an electric throw rug that I sometimes wear on my couch.
That's nice.
It's fun.
I'm okay with that. But you're awake then.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
That's the 5th point.
Yeah.
Your electric throw rug. That's the 5th one. And it's got over 20,000 reviews with an average of 4.8 stars across Casper, Amazon, and Google. Casper is becoming the internet's favorite mattress.
Out of
Now,
5.
Now, all those points mean nothing without Mason's personal experience of having one. And
Good.
how was the unboxing?
Yeah, easy. And fun.
good.
It's a fun novelty.
You cut it and it...
Yeah. I kind of wish you did that every night. You packed it back in. And let me tell you, I tried.
But what if you got a new one every day? What if you're that rich?
Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah, it's like toilet paper for you, like tissues. You don't
Yeah.
even care. New mattress every night.
So good.
Got a call to action here. Got to read all this. Here we go. You get $50 towards select mattresses by visiting casper.com/theweeklyplanet and using promo theweeklyplanet at checkout. That's all one word. Terms and conditions apply. Also, as mentioned, selected mattress purchases. Get $50 towards selected mattress purchases by visiting casper.com/theweeklyplanet and using promo theweeklyplanet, one word at checkout. Terms and conditions do apply.
I love it.
So there you go. You have to say it twice, but all that's linked below. Now, I'm sorry for our listeners in Europe. We're going to be talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's not out for another month because of the bloody soccer or football.
Is that why?
Yeah, apparently.
Wild.
Because that's what happens when you have a big sporting event. And you've got an opening movie. They do not be friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Have
I think that's one of the reasons behind Solo. One of the many reasons.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I guess that's probably true, yeah. Have they ever shifted anything for an Australian, like the grand final or anything?
No one's ever shifted anything here except just away from where it's supposed to be. That's
Yeah.
all we get here.
Uh-huh.
You're getting it later.
Great.
Except for Marvel, which sometimes we get early. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Well, that's your first
so.
mistake.
Maybe
You tried
school-
to think. Just
Yeah,
act.
I know, I should.
Just
I think
react.
School holidays. I think a lot of like the younger
Yeah, that's
stuff is
probably
geared
true.
towards school holidays,
Uh-huh.
but other than that. So, but anyway, feel free to stick around if you want for the spoiler-free section. We're going to be talking in generalities and things from the trailers and that.
If you love vague generalities,
Yeah.
stick around.
But if you really don't want to know, I would say probably skip this and come back in a month. So watch
Yes.
Hotel Transylvania 3.
Ah,
And we'll come back for that episode, which we'll do next week. And then this. Actually, One-Legged Die Hard's next week, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah. It's so exciting.
It is a bit.
It's a little bit exciting, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Box office.
Mendo's the bad guy.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, he's the sniveling. He's the
Oh,
sniveling
that's
coward
right.
guy. I don't know if he'll die or is the bad guy.
He'll die. The whole building will fall on him.
Yeah.
You think he's going to get away.
Yeah, yeah.
He gets 5 miles out and the building falls
Tips
on him.
on him, yeah.
And the flagpole hits him.
Yeah,
splits
nice.
him in half.
Nice. And he could go left or right, but he doesn't. Because he's too indecisive.
Yeah.
That's his character.
That's his
flaw.
problem. What do we got here? It's got an opening of $76.5 million in the US, which is good, but a little bit under what they were aiming for.
Okay,
They were
sure.
thinking it was going to be closer to 80.
Uh-huh.
But it's not terrible.
Now, do you think that is because the response to the first one was a little bit lukewarm? Or do you think maybe it's because everybody's really depressed after the last one?
It could be that. Well, it's also that the last one did 57 million. So
Okay.
it did better.
This is better. Okay, right.
But I think this is the kind of a good antithesis to Infinity War.
I agree.
But also, it's not a rush out and see it movie. I'd imagine for a
right.
lot of people.
Well, because it's not essential that you see this.
No.
It's not essential to Marvel's overall continuity.
Yeah.
This isn't a sequel to Infinity War.
Yeah.
It's, you could potentially skip it.
There's definitely stuff that I think is going to affect Avengers 4.
Uh-huh.
But we can talk about that after you tell us what the story was. Sorry, what you think the story was.
Ah, all right. So
Look at my big grin.
Yeah,
It's a big grin, isn't it?
so smug. Look at this guy. Thinks he's better than everyone else.
I do.
But he's worse than everyone
Ah,
else. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
That's true.
All right, so this is set 2 years after the first one,
Yeah.
and it's
Or,
set...
no, Civil War.
It's set 2 years after Civil War.
Yeah.
So, after the events of Civil War...
The American Civil War.
The event, thank you. We find
Gundam Style. I'm doing good jokes today.
You do
That's
so many
two.
good jokes.
Yeah, this is great.
So Scott Lang he was convicted of
Smashing an airport.
smashing an air. Well, that, and also more importantly, the contravention of the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah.
because he did superhero stuff.
Yeah.
Without authorization.
Yeah.
And so he's been under house arrest for 2 years, and he's like 3 days away from
Retirement.
from
House arrest retirement.
Yeah, thank you. He's free. He's free days.
Yeah.
He's 3 days away from being released from it. So hopefully he doesn't get in any trouble for the next 3 days.
Oh.
But then he has a vision, a
Yeah.
dream, if you will, of something that happened when he was in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
And he has to get back into contact with Hank Pym and Hope Van Dyne, even though they hate him now.
Yeah.
They hate him a lot.
Yeah. Why do they hate him?
I don't know.
He does so many crunches.
Yeah. He's looking good.
He looks great.
They hate him, but I mean...
They wouldn't need to de-age him
Yeah.
earlier. He looks exactly the same.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, they do kind of hate him for some valid reasons.
Yeah,
which
they
we'll
do
get into
actually.
in a bit,
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But anyway, they got to team up again, and he's got to avoid the cops, and he's got to avoid the crims, and he's got to avoid the supervillains.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Uh-huh.
How did this... what did you think of this?
I liked it more than the original.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I think it's an okay Marvel movie, which is still good.
Okay, sure.
To me.
Uh-huh.
I think it's it's not Iron Man 2 or anything like that. I think
for sure.
I think it's more kind of
Based on that scale.
yeah,
So good.
yeah. It just didn't kind of grab me. It felt a little flat in parts, and I think maybe a lot of it was because all the action scenes were in the trailers. There was no surprising fight in a briefcase, Thomas the Tank Engine kind of situation. It was mostly stuff we'd
I'm
seen.
trying to think of some new stuff that wasn't in the trailer. No, I think you're probably right.
Because remember the bit like where he's in the bath and then he's on the turntable and the Thomas fight's great.
Yeah,
and, and the heist is okay from the first one.
So in the trailer, we get a fight in a kitchen. We get a car chase. Well, see, the thing, I think there were a lot of elements within those action sequences that we didn't see in the trailer that I thought were good stuff.
But the shrinking and growy stuff.
That was not a surprise then.
Not
yeah.
at all. None of it was. And seeing the big Pez dispenser and things like that, I'm like, oh, wow, this is going to be really something. And there's things in the background that you can kind of, I'll talk about this in my Easter egg video, that you can kind of pick up on. But there's nothing that went, oh my God, that's...
I think there were some fights between Ant-Man, the Wasp, and Ghost.
That stuff is great.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought all the Wasp stuff in this, really good.
Yes.
Yeah. I like the fact it was more Wasp focused, but there was nothing in here that I went, oh, that's a interesting song to go with this fight sequence or whatever. And maybe that's because there's no Edgar Wright in this.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I felt like Peyton Reed in this one got more of a handle on what he wanted with these characters in this movie.
Yeah, definitely.
And it wasn't. I felt it was more consistent, this movie. I felt it wasn't like, oh, that's obviously a sequence from Edgar Wright that they've had to shoehorn into this, and this is a new bit. Like, I felt like this was consistent all the way through.
Yeah, right.
Maybe not in a super thrilling way, but I thought it was enjoyable all the way through.
Yeah, it's definitely not... It's not a drag.
Yeah, and I also think that there were some inventive scenes. There's a scene set in a school briefly. It's set in Scott Lang's kids' school, which is super fun, I thought.
Well, what did you think of the humour of this, though, in general?
Again, I think in retrospect... I enjoyed it all, but I think in retrospect, given that Paul Rudd is in this, it should be a funnier film.
Yeah, totally. And I feel like the comedic timing of the way this was edited is not as funny as, say, Infinity War. I think there's some really funny moments in Infinity War, but this will be... Paul Rudd will be like, come on, guys, get it together. And then he'll be like, goo. And he'll do they'll do like one last little kind of... I agree. I think it should be a funnier movie. That being said, there are some funny moments. I really like the Luis stuff, like him telling a story.
Michael Pena's back in this, which is good.
That's all great. There's something else in there. I really like Jimmy Woo.
As the FBI agent, Agent Park, he's good in this, Who's kind of like he's a competent but somewhat bumbling
Yeah.
FBI agent who I
Yeah.
think is very good. I think he and Paul Rudd had some good back and
Agreed.
forth banter because
Well, he's a comedy guy, isn't he?
yeah,
That actor. Yeah.
and you know Scott Lang and Agent Park.
I think he's Jimmy Woo.
He is Jimmy Woo. Yeah. Sure. So it's Randall Park. Yeah,
Randall Park, sorry,
So
yeah.
Jimmy Woo is the only contact he has with the outside world for the most part.
Yes.
And so they've got this fun back and forth, I
Yeah.
think, which I think is really good.
Yeah, and the family stuff I like between Scott Lang and his daughter, I quite enjoy
Uh-huh.
because as a dad, obviously, that's something you can kind of get
Ugh.
behind. Do you know what I mean?
Ugh.
I know you wouldn't.
Ugh.
No, sorry, I thought
Yuck.
for a second I thought you had some depth to your Mason, but
Oh, yuck. I don't. I'm all surface.
yeah, I think even Michael Douglas got some funnier stuff in this.
Yeah.
than the last one.
But again, it's some of the stuff that is revealed in the trailer.
Yeah.
Where, he's like, oh, I thought, so you didn't have wings and blasters
Hmm.
when you built my suit, when I was in the suit. And he's like, no, I did.
It's weird that he didn't put it in his own suit though. In the,
Yeah, right?
In the
He's got a
60s.
grappling hook.
Yeah.
That's it.
Doesn't
Maybe he
even-
likes-
Doesn't
maybe-
have a grappling hook.
Yeah.
When does he use that?
He uses it on the missile.
I thought she had the grappling hook.
No, she takes the grappling hook.
Okay.
But he throws it in. What happens is he jumps off an ant.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he uses the grappling hook.
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But she flies on because she's got wings.
Yeah, she's got wings. The wings actually do grow with the suit because I was thinking about this, but I think you mentioned this. The wings don't work when she's big.
Correct, yes.
Is that right?
It's from what we can tell, yeah.
Yeah.
They only work when she's wasp-sized.
So there's a wasp fight in here in the kitchen. That entire scene you can watch. It's out. They've
Absolutely, you
released
can.
it.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, you can.
I thought you were like, this is a little innovation for this movie. There's a scene in it. You can watch the whole thing.
You watch the whole thing, mate.
Yeah. Normally I have to cover my hands in fear and pee myself a bit.
Yeah,
Watch
which
the
I
whole
still
thing.
do, but I don't need to see that. Like, I want to see that in the cinema.
So the whole scene
whole
is in
thing.
there.
You can watch
Okay,
the
right.
entire thing.
Right.
There's the stuff before you don't, and then obviously there's stuff that happens after that also. But Sal from Comic Pop, which is a great YouTube channel, Mason, you should check it out.
I'm not gonna.
Well, you can.
Okay.
You are now?
No.
Okay. He mentioned on Twitter that if we're talking about villains, which we're not, but now we are, that Wally Goggs' character should have been Justin Hammer.
Right, okay. Because
I mean, he's good. I like him,
yeah,
but why couldn't he have been Justin Hammer?
Ah,
Like, that's what Justin Hammer's character resorts to now. He's like a black market arms dealer guy.
I guess that's true.
You know, he
yeah.
got out of jail. He's not a legitimate businessman anymore.
But
He's
this guy
just-
is a legitimate businessman.
Okay,
He owns
sure.
a restaurant.
He does. Justin Hammer could own
I mean,
a
they could
restaurant.
just have them in the restaurant.
Yeah. You don't have to own the restaurant.
You could just be having a meal in a restaurant,
Hmm.
I guess.
So don't you think that would have been an interesting... It could have fleshed out the world a little bit more. Because the Wally Goggs character, you don't really need him in the movie. He's kind of a fourth wheel...
But I think you do, though, because...
Not even a third wheel, Mason. That's right.
Wow, the fourth wheel.
Yeah. A useful
Oh,
wheel.
imagine a fourth wheel on a car. I think you do need him because you need a character who's consistently villainous
Yeah,
in
sure.
the movie because we have... How do we do this without spoiling?
There's a twist on, I guess, on some of the other villains.
Yeah,
Let's
I mean,
leave it
we
at that, yeah.
there's some character. There's the other villains in this movie have some more depth.
Yeah.
And some more. And I think you need a character you need a villain who's completely
enough.
unsympathetic that we can all just beat up.
But why not Justin Hammer then?
It's a good question. Don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe
I know, it's-
maybe he's done with Marvel movies.
He could be.
Maybe because maybe the backlash to his character in. Well, that's the thing. I mean, Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2 was probably the best part of Iron Man 2.
I agree, yeah.
So I don't know, but maybe the negative backlash towards that movie generally, he was like, well, I'm probably not going to do another one.
They brought back other people, though. They brought back bloody General Ross from The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
You know, they do bring back people.
That's true, they do.
and that
No, I
movie-
thought I meant for him more than anything
Oh,
else.
okay, yeah.
Like he did that and he did the short, and then he's like, "No, I'm done with this. I'd
Yeah.
rather do."
Oh, yeah, he did the short, so anyway,
I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
matter. I mean, they obviously didn't ask him. It wasn't written for him anyway.
Yeah, right.
But no. What did you think of the Ghost, though, as a villain?
Like to.
What do you think about the effect?
That's right.
What? I didn't even notice. So I didn't see gender, so I didn't even
I understand,
notice.
right?
What do you think of that effect? This is it. What I'm doing. I mean, it's a pretty basic effect.
It's quite a
obviously.
basic effect, yeah.
But it works. It's a bit of an echo in...
Yeah, look, I think it was fine.
Yeah.
And effective. I initially thought it was going to be black market tech based on the Vision or something
Yeah,
like
right,
that, but
okay.
it turns out it's a different thing.
Yeah.
I thought she was good. And so that's Hannah John Carmen, who is one of the main characters in Killjoys, the show that I watch when I'm not watching a show.
Oh, very good.
You know that show that's on Netflix I just watch all the time?
Is it a British show?
No, it's Canadian, I think. It's Space Bounty Hunters. It's got one of the Ashmores in it.
Is it good?
Yeah, I've
Which
mentioned it on the
Ashmore?
show.
Oh.
I don't know. Aaron, I think.
Is he Iceman or the other one?
I don't know. How would I know and why would I know?
I don't know how or why you would know.
Yeah. But Netflix, Australian Netflix, if you're listening out there, they just took 2 seasons of it off Netflix.
Oh, okay. So
now only season 1 is on there, which I've seen already. What were you
can't-
thinking, Netflix?
I wasn't. I don't
What
know.
were you thinking,
I don't know.
Netflix?
I don't know. I'm not
What
affiliated.
were you
with them.
thinking, Netflix?
I'm not affiliated with them this week. When they pay us, I'll
Oh, okay,
defend
cool.
them,
All right, then you'll. All right, we'll save that criticism. Put it in the bank for later.
Yeah. You know what else I thought this movie suffered from, and it's not its fault. Imagine if Giant Man was revealed in this movie, and it works in Civil War. What a great reveal!
That would have been fun,
in
yeah.
that movie. But this movie, I think,
Could
suffers
have
for it.
needed that.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that whole sequence where he's big and he's scooting on top of a truck.
Because we need him to do, because we know he's going to do it in this movie.
Yeah.
And a sequence is coming up where because we know he can do it and he needs to do it in an action sequence.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of dramatic tension to that.
No, yeah.
Because we know, it'd be like, oh my god, Ant-Man, we need you to shrink and go through this keyhole. Yeah, I can do that.
I will.
I've been doing that for ages. It's not a surprise.
yeah.
It's not a surprise. I think you're right in that sense. Yeah.
Again, I think that's not this movie's fault.
No,
and I think
but
it
also
still
I think
works,
they put an element in there to make it like there's no sure way that he can do that.
Yeah, okay,
Like
fair enough,
there's some technological hurdles in the movie.
Just gonna put that into spoilers. Yeah.
Okay.
It's because I want to talk about that later. Sorry, yeah.
Nice.
No, I don't disagree with that. What else we got here, Mason? I'm trying to bloody think. Okay, how about this? How does it rank for you for the other Phase 3 movies?
Give it an example of another one.
Okay, so Ragnarok,
Yep.
Homecoming, Avengers 4, Black Panther. There might be another one. Maybe Guardians 2, I think, is in there as well.
I'd put it towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Not because it's bad.
Yeah.
But just I enjoyed it a lot, but just because it's not necessarily doing a lot that's new
Yes.
in this movie.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, there's some. I mean, we get another look into the quantum realm.
Yep,
which
sure.
is good, and
But there's also some unexplained stuff which we'll talk about in spoilers.
But I also think
how does that all work?
like the quantum realm is kind of self-contained, and I don't really think it's going to reflect into the wider Marvel universe.
Yeah, I think it will.
Oh, except I was
Yeah.
going to say except in other Ant-Man movies, but
No, I think we'll talk about that.
Oh, we'll
in
talk.
spoilers.
We'll bloody talk about it then. All right.
yeah.
Okay. But I think because Black Panther introduced a whole new
Yep.
city and culture and society,
And obviously this can't do that.
exactly.
Yeah.
And Infinity War was just huge,
Yeah.
and Spider-Man: Homecoming was
Good for some reason.
It was good and fun, and
Yeah.
we reintroduced Spider-Man in a way that I didn't hate.
And I guess the same could be said for Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think this was a good, fun, small scale, pun intended, story well told.
Okay. I don't disagree.
And I don't think I don't think the whole world had to be at stake in this one.
No.
Just enjoyed it.
Just he had fun with it, everybody.
fun with it,
Like just
yes.
like Justice League. That's where he
No,
ranks it.
disagree. Way better than Justice League.
It is
You know
better.
why? Because there were scenes set on a street and it looked like a street. That's my yardstick now.
It's weird that none of that movie looks like it's set anywhere.
Isn't it weird?
Should we do spoilers?
Yeah, let's do spoilers. I'm going to say best movie ever.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And also, I'm glad to see Wally Goggins getting.
I love Wally
He's
Goggins.
he's just maybe let's see a movie where he's a good guy, because we got him
No,
in
he
Tomb
doesn't,
Raider.
he doesn't have the face for it.
No, he
Mason.
could be a good guy.
No, he couldn't. Well, he's a good guy in Hateful Eight, sort of.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
he's the least
he's
worst.
the
guy
least
in
worst guy of a room of terrible people.
Yeah, yeah.
Checking if there's anything else in here, just from non-spoilers, we can... Not really. Okay. So this is spoilers. So
Okay,
you
I'm
talked
ready.
about how the tech, he can't giant man, big man whenever he wants.
Yes.
It felt a bit Iron Man 3, as in, who made this? Why you have another version of this suit? Why don't you wear that one?
Right. Or why didn't you wear the old suit?
Yeah.
Right.
It's strange to me that, again, like with Iron Man 3, I know it's played for comedy and it makes it more interesting because he can't just do whatever he wants whenever he wants. But it's kind of doesn't make sense.
But I feel like I feel there's better justifications why he can't, because Hank and Hope are on the run,
Yeah.
so they don't have access to the better technology.
Sure.
So they can't build he can't build a flawless Ant-Man suit again.
Yeah.
And the other Ant-Man suit
They have to use for...
is hidden in the bloody...
And then they have to use it to
Then they
track
have to use it later,
whatever.
yeah. Uh-huh.
No, yeah, I know.
So
I'm not saying they don't write it out,
Uh-huh.
but I just think it's a bit flimsy.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it does make for some funny moments, like you said, when he's at the school, when he's a little Polaroid, and
Yeah, that was funny.
he's like 1/3 the size.
Do we know? I don't know anything about the production of this movie. Did they knit him a big sweatshirt?
That they did, but I think everything else was blue screen in perspective.
Right, for sure.
I'm
Right.
fairly confident.
Are you saying?
Because with like the Lord of the Rings, they built 2 different sets and they used a lot of perspective.
No, like I
tricks.
don't think they built a giant school.
I just
a
thought you
giant
meant
classroom.
like a school with like all the backpacks and stuff.
Oh
like
no,
just a wall.
I think they I'm hoping they built him a giant. They knitted him a giant sweatshirt. I think that's fun, and he had to run around on a green screen wearing a sweatshirt.
Absolutely. What did you think of the reveal that the ghost was a pin particle byproduct of a horrible experiment and was working with
Goliath
and all
Lawrence
that kind of
Fishburne.
thing? Yeah.
Good. Look, here's the thing. I would have hoped that, but again, it's one of those things where the villain is always a byproduct of the hero.
Yes. It's a little bit different.
It's to a lesser extent. I think I would have preferred if she was just either a general experiment gone wrong, or she was just like an industrial saboteur, like the comic book version.
But is that less interesting to be like, I'm just, then you're doing your Justin Hammer thing, not Justin Hammer thing. Then you're combining your Wally Gogs and that.
I guess that's probably
into
true.
a less interesting character. I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You got me.
I liked that they talk about Bill Foster and how he'd done the Giant Man stuff before.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we're going to see him suit up anytime soon, maybe in a flashback or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But I like that, again, it builds on the lore that there were people doing this 30 years prior.
Yeah, right.
And I like that he was helping them out and he hated Hank Pym because he's a bad bloke, which he is.
There was never any real resolution to that. Like Hank Pym, Goliath's like, he fired me and blah, 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 and, I left and whatever. And Hank Pym's like, no, I fired him, whatever. And then we go back to the van, and Hank Pym's like, he stole my designs, and I blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, are you lying? I couldn't tell if he was... It seemed to me that he would... Because he doesn't seem like he was the greatest guy when he was...
Absolutely
in his
not.
younger years.
And he never is in any version.
Yeah, right.
Like, he's got a lot of flaws.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's a bad...
But it was never... Nobody ever went, are you sure that
Yeah.
he was still... Or did you just fire him because you were really, really arrogant? Which is it?
I mean, there's 2 sides to every story, obviously,
That's true,
but
yeah.
probably that one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think when you've got kind of a few villains and things going on, I think they didn't really do any of them completely properly. Like, I don't really care if Ghost fades into nothing. I don't care.
Wow, okay.
You know?
You didn't find her compelling in that way?
I mean, she didn't, and that's good.
Yeah. Mhm.
But whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's fine. I don't think they probably spend enough time with her in the 2 hours. Also, okay, let's talk about Michelle Pfeiffer.
Uh-huh.
So, first of all, the de-aging looks great.
I think that's a different actor.
No, it's her.
Is it? Let's
Yeah,
look
they
into it.
de-age her.
I
That's young Michelle Pfeiffer.
I am under the impression that is a different actor who looks a lot like Michelle Pfeiffer.
No, Mason.
Well, the
No!
young Lawrence Fishburne is
That's his
son,
son,
right?
yeah.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Do you think it's Michelle Pfeiffer's son?
Yeah, it's Michelle Pfeiffer's exactly, yeah. All right, I'm going to bloody look into this.
Please do, but they definitely de-age her. What about the Hank Pym? Did they get a younger Hank Pym?
No, that's definitely...
So they de-aged one of them, and they got someone who kind of looks exactly like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Correct.
You could see even it was kind of, it's got that sheen over it.
All right.
They may have had a stand-in, but it's her face.
All right.
They
okay.
put a young wig on him,
Yeah, right.
and they do the face.
Okay.
They stretch the
Well,
face
in that case,
out.
it looks great.
It does look great. I
Uh-huh.
agree. It looks better every time. Yeah. Okay, so she's stuck in the quantum realm for 30 odd years because she saved the world and then she's living in there. I have questions about how that works. I'm assuming that you don't need to eat in there because you can just feed off energy and you're
Maybe.
small and
Yeah, that could be
you can
true.
absorb it and whatever.
Or she's hunting tardigrades and eating them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yum, yum, yum.
The scythe that she's carrying, I assume she made from her wings or something like that.
Potentially, sure, yeah.
Yeah. But she absorbs enough quantum energy that when she comes out, she can kill a ghost. Has she got powers now that can, like quantum powers?
I don't know. There was some talk of evolution and adaptation.
Well, people are saying, is that an X-Men thing?
Maybe.
Maybe
I think that maybe she had all this excess saved up energy.
Yeah.
And I think that in giving it to the ghost, that's all of it.
Okay.
Because in the post-credit sequence,
Yes.
Scott has to go back into the quantum realm to get more
Energy.
energy. So I think that was the last of her energy.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not.
Yes.
And do you think maybe if she had that energy, she wouldn't have faded away, maybe? People are also saying, do you think him being in the quantum realm saved him?
That question is the Infinity Gauntlet, is it more science fiction or is it more magic?
Yeah.
Because if it's magic, then because Thanos wants half the people in the universe to die, he would die. Then it's just a coincidence that he survives.
Yes.
Because it would have gotten him regardless. But if it's more science fiction-y, I'm willing to say that he's in another realm and so it couldn't get to him.
I think it's like
Or it's the other way.
Sure. I think it's elemental magic because it's one of the first things that were created in the universe
Okay,
or
right.
whatever. But I don't know. I mean, the glove itself, I guess, is science fiction-y,
Sure.
the way it works. But we don't really know.
Don't really know, yeah.
I don't really think it matters
Uh-huh.
necessarily whether or not.
No.
he
I'm
needs-
gonna say though, my feeling is, or the way the writers intended it, is that he escaped death because he was in the quantum realm.
Yeah. Well, in the post-credit sequence, so again, I did a video on it. You can check it out, Mason.
There's some drumming. A big
There's
ant does some drumming. Good night, everyone.
But we get the signal, the broadcast signal, because half the population of the universe is gone, and we also get Hank, Hope, and Janet disappear, and Scott's stuck in the quantum realm. But she does mention in passing, "Don't get stuck in a time vortex or whatever," before he goes in. Remember that?
Yeah, right.
So I think that's how he's going to get out. I think Avengers 4 is going to be set maybe a decade after,
Okay.
and maybe he pops out then because there's
Right.
the images of Tony Stark looking old and stuff where he's been on set or whatever. So I think
Don't you think that's just
no,
Robert
it's
Downey
like his
Jr.?
hair is like
Okay.
whiter.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
yeah, I think the quantum realm and quantum energy and all that and quantum entanglements, because he captures that quantum energy, like he has that.
Yeah, right. So you think
contained
maybe
on-
he's going to use that to break out?
I think
like
he's
he
gonna-
used it to escape last time.
Exactly. I think he's going to use that, and they're going to use like Stark technology to time travel and fix things. So I think this movie ties in more to, well, the end of it does. Ties into Avengers 4.
Right.
Yeah, because nothing else in this movie really kind of matters, I think, except for that in relation to Avengers.
Yeah. So in a
4.
way, everything leading up to it mattered.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
You got me.
That's right.
Yeah, but I'm up. That's just speculation. I don't actually.
Okay, no, I think that
actually
works.
know that. People were saying also it was a weird, jarring.
I
It's
also
like a tonal shift when they're all happy and fun. And
I
then
like that a lot.
Yeah, me too. I
yeah,
like that too.
Because people had forgotten that that's what happened in Infinity War. People were like, "Oh, Infinity War's over right now to enjoy some light, old-fashioned fun." Oh no.
I also like that they don't explain it. If you
Yes,
haven't seen Infinity
Yep.
War,
Yeah.
what was that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that intriguing?
Is it? Yeah. Well,
and then we got
it
Ant-Man
is.
and the Wasp will return? ?
Yeah. Question mark.
So, I'm train of thought. Where's it gone?
I don't know.
What was I doing?
Where are we?
Yeah, well, what I was going to say is that you were saying that potentially maybe the quantum energy is how they blah blah blah, and how the Infinite Avengers 4 is going to go. I also think that it could be a case of they literally just go at the end of all the movies. They go, how many pieces do we have?
Yep.
Now let's go into the writers' room and see what we can do with the pieces.
Sure.
Like,
okay.
I think they might go, okay, well, there's some quantum energy here,
Yep.
and then over here, these characters are still alive, and we've got, bloody Nebula's over here, and she's got a ship, so how can we
Yes,
tie them all
yep.
together kind of thing.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
So,
So they're reverse engineering from what they've kind of.
I think maybe,
left?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's a little bit more planned out than that.
Okay.
But I don't.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's already it's mostly filmed.
Oh, then I
so
don't know.
But that being said, this story was written 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, right,
You
uh-huh.
know, so they could have just looked at the script and gone, "What have we got left? What's happening?" They could have said to each other.
What's going on?
You know, what I thought was weird.
What's that?
How does the quantum realm work in terms of a woman aging in there, but also having makeup, visible eyeliner?
No, she's just got a natural smoky eye.
That's not what that is.
No, it is.
She's wearing, maybe she knew Hank Pym was coming and she had some makeup and she'd been saving her for when she's rescued. I just think that's a weird thing to kind of upkeep in the
Right, okay.
in the dimension where you're stuck fighting microbes forever or
No,
whatever.
I understand. No, that's a very good point. But also the question then is, does that mean she kept makeup in a Wasp costume?
It was the 60s. She probably had to.
That's
It
probably
wasn't.
true.
It was the
Yeah.
80s, sorry. But
She probably had to.
She probably had to.
Some things don't change, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Unrealistic beauty expectations for women, they don't change, all right?
That's it, yeah. You know what I thought? Okay, I've got really only
Tell
one
me what
more
you
thing to
thought,
say.
all right? We all really want to know what you thought.
Ah, cool. Wait, do you really want to know what I thought?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There's a moment.
Otherwise, we've got dead air.
It's a good
This is
point.
madness.
There's a bit where, so the way Paul Rudd escapes after he becomes Giant Man is he makes the suit giant.
Yep.
And all the FBI kind of roll in on it. They're like, you've got you surrounded, Scott Lang. You captured.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hit my mic. And then it cuts to Paul Rudd and he's in the same street and he's in his underwear and he runs off.
Yes.
Why? He could have just jumped on an ant and flown home.
It's true.
I don't understand that at all. Like, it's not even a good gag.
Nah, it's a great gag.
It's not a good gag.
It's so
It
good.
doesn't make any sense because then the suit shrinks down.
Yes.
And then an ant picks it up.
Yes.
He could have just left.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe, how about this? Maybe the FBI guys were headed to his house, and some of the FBI guys were going to get to his house before he could get to his house. So he had to get all the FBI guys to that spot.
Yes.
So let's say an FBI guy's headed to his house, but then somebody gets on the radio and says, "There's a giant man over here,"
Sure.
and he's like, "Well, okay, I'll go back this way." And by that point, he's run
right.
home in his underpants.
Yeah, but
Yes.
he could have been in the suit also and just done that. He didn't. They thought he was in it anyway.
That's true. I don't know, man.
I just think it's dumb.
I thought it was great.
Well, I think you're dumb.
Oh, come on. I'm not dumb, though.
Nah, you're all right.
Thank you.
Anything else to bloody...
No, it was good. I had a good old fun time.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't think you need to rush out, and if you're in Europe, you can't.
Yeah.
But
Good
it's-
luck, idiots.
But I think
Enjoy
it's-
your football. Enjoy the great game of football. Or soccer, as it's properly called.
This is probably cool. But yeah, we'll do a video this week where we're talking about this stuff if you want to swing back around. Got some reviews here from people who listen, Mason. This is
I'm
from
ready.
Caleb. Saw Ant-Man and the Wasp. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was better than Black Panther and Infinity War. The villains had clear motivation and the plot was very small scale, which is refreshing to see in a modern blockbuster.
I enjoyed that a
I
lot,
do, I do
yeah.
like that element as well.
Because they don't all have to be, and it would be exhausting if everyone's... If every single one of these Marvel movies was the entire universe is going to collapse.
And then at the end,
Or the entire
X-Men,
world,
the
then
X-Men have to shoot a villain with all
Exactly.
their
It's
powers.
just exhausting and you go numb to it.
Yeah,
That's why
definitely.
all the Transformers movies are so terrible.
Great.
Because
Oh.
everyone's the whole... Oh dear. Gundam Style. That's why they're so terrible, because the whole universe is at stake
There's a
all the time.
device that's got a...
And
whatever.
everything is moving and exploding at the same time,
Yeah.
and you can't focus, and it's just exhausting.
Agree. Pronounced Haybert said, I would have enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp if all the action beats weren't in the trailer.
Not a lie.
Dan Boyce says, Ant-Man and the Wasp is a big improvement over the predecessor. The humor's more consistent. The action scenes do a better job of using shrinky growy core at its concept. And I'm fine with a lighthearted Marvel movie where the whole universe isn't at stake. That sounds pretty on par with what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Danielle says, Ant-Man and the Wasp was so disappointing. Comedy was flat to the point of uncomfortable. Villains were whack. Worst movie ever. Action sequences were cool though. And Drew says, man, Mason's a big old bitch. He sounds like a bloody sack of shit. I hope he falls into a volcano and then nobody remembers him. What a weird review.
That is a weird review, isn't it? I mean...
He really says, in
Yes.
addition to that, saw Ant-Man and a volcano? I don't know.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
I mean, how would I even, why would I be...
I'd remember
There's
you.
no active volcanoes near us.
Yeah.
I'd have to go to one.
Yeah.
I'd have to take my time out and go, why would I?
You wouldn't.
Yeah. Why did he say all that?
No.
Because did he say all that?
Yeah.
Huh.
You'd have to Google it. But he
Right.
said it.
Huh.
But he also says, saw Ant-Man and the Wasp last night and I loved it.
Because if he didn't say it, that would mean that you came up with all that horrible stuff to say about me.
That doesn't sound like something I would do. I don't have that in me, Mason. I'm a man of compassion and integrity.
All right.
I've got that tattoo. It says podcasting in a love heart.
That's
Below
true,
that
you
it
do, yeah.
says passion and integrity.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Paul Rudd can do no wrong in my eyes. I love Ghost and her potential in Phase 4. Also love that Larry Fishburne's in the MCU. All that de-aging looked great. And I didn't hate the kid. Yeah, I like the kid. I like
Yeah.
that kid a lot, actually.
This is a letter from
8 out
Kyle.
of 10.
I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna get into some letters later, but this is
Okay.
a letter from Kyle Todd.
Yeah.
two things refreshing about Ant-Man. First, the plot wasn't the world ending. That's true.
Yep.
The second is that Ant-Man didn't disappoint his daughter.
Yeah.
Most movies with a kid, it's all about how the main character
He couldn't
disappoints
get to the
kid
recital
by
or
missing
whatever.
important events. Exactly. But the daughter convences him to help and be a hero.
And he
which I think
does.
And he does.
Yeah.
That's right.
I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that stuff. It's nice when they just don't do that stuff. Claire was also watching a movie last night.
Yes.
After she watches The Handmaid's Tale, she has to watch something that's not a horrible universe.
Yeah, I
She
understand.
watches How to Lose.
Solution. How about don't watch The Handmaid's Tale? You ever think about that?
No, Claire.
If you're listening, she's obviously not. Why would she?
But she was watching 10 things I can lose. 10 ways to lose a guy in 10
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Yeah,
that one.
McConaughey and...
Kate Hudson.
Hudson, yeah.
And again, it ends with like all of those movies do, where they have to race to the airport.
Yes.
It's everything have to be. What if? Because they always show up to the workplace of the person, and they're like, "I got to tell Sandra Bullock that I love her." But they're like, "But she's already left for a new job in Connecticut." And he's like, "Oh no, and he has to go." What if we went?
There's only one plane ever to Connecticut. There'll never be another one.
What if they went? I got to speak to Sandra Bullock, and they went, "Yeah, she's in."
There she is.
Yeah. Just go and talk to her. Okay. You know what it's time for then?
Oh, what's the time for?
What we reading?
What we gonna read?
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? I'm just bringing up my comicsology because I can't remember what I've been reading.
I haven't read this week, but I'm going to read because I'm
Watchmen?
No, I'm not going to read that. I'm edging up on, but you're close. I'm edging up on being up to date on Batman. And Batman number 50
the wedding.
is the Batman Catwoman wedding issue, which apparently is crushing people's hopes and dreams. People are very disappointed by it. They've been let down. They feel betrayed by the series.
Okay.
I'm not going to say why, but I think I can guess.
Didn't it leak before what happened?
Dunno.
Yeah.
Dunno.
Yeah, I'm
people
not.
not happy?
People are very. I know you like the Tom King run, don't you? Of this current run of Batman.
Yes, I do, yeah.
Yeah, I think people are more divided on it than you are. Yeah,
Really?
I got to kind of get back into it.
I like Tom King's work.
Yeah, me too. What else? Did he do Grass Kings? No, I'm just thinking of Kings.
Yeah, no, you're
Did
thinking
he
of
do
Kings.
Three Kings?
No.
Was he one of the three kings who delivered presents to Jesus?
Yes, he was, yeah.
Okay.
He was myrrh.
He was Myrrh.
Yeah. You think he'd be
Darren Myrrh.
You'd think he would be frankincense, but he's not frankincense.
No,
he's
he's
myrrh.
not.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
Well, I've taken it back, Mason. I've taken it way back. Claire's brother got me this a while ago, and I finally started reading it. Neil Gaiman's Sandman. I've never read
Yeah, right,
it.
okay.
What a
First couple of volumes?
What a great book.
It is a great book, I agree.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where it's just been sitting there, and I'm like, I'm going to get to this, and I finally have, and I really, really enjoyed it. Is there anything else you're reading or going to read?
I was going to say, what is interesting about the first couple of volumes of Sandman is it's more integrated with the DC universe.
It is. That really surprised me.
It gets less and less. Like because that's sort of when Vertigo was... It was implied that it was... A lot of it was in the same universe.
Where's Hitman?
Hitman is in the regular DC universe.
Okay, sure, yeah.
But the further Vertigo got out, the more it diverged from the regular DC universe. But in the first one, you get there's
Talk about
tie-ins.
Swamp Thing and
There's
Batman
the Justice League's in it. I think there's the Justice Society is in it. There was a tie-in back in the 90s.
Is Swamp Thing in it? I don't know. Sorry, keep going.
The Justice League the Justice Society disappeared because the premise was that they went to battle in Ragnarok. Like they were forever trapped to battle in Ragnarok because the gold gods were dying and blah blah blah, and they were like, well, we have to save we have to save Earth and we're going to go fight in Ragnarok, and so they went away and they wanted to bring the Justice Society back, I think, and they're like, well, how do we figure this out? And so there's a scene I think in an issue of Sandman where people are offering gifts to I think Lucifer for ownership of hell, and one of them's like, here's a simulation of Ragnarok. Look at all the fun little colourful characters that are in it. And it's the Justice Society who are trapped in a little bauble. Yeah, so
Are they still in there?
they're out now.
Thank God.
They're back, baby.
Good work.
Yeah. What I'm trying to think of what else I've been... Hang on, I'm going to check my Netflix queue. Oh, you know what it is? And this may be in American Netflix. This might have been around for ages, but the first 5 Fast and Furious movies are back on
there
Netflix.
now?
So
Great.
I'm going to catch up on the ones that I've missed.
Which ones have you missed?
2 through 4, I think.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're not good, right? But I'll watch 5 again.
4's okay.
Yeah, Yeah.
I don't think I've seen 3. That's the Tokyo Drift one, but yeah.
Let's see. I'm also going to watch... I'm going to give this a whirl. I don't know if it's any good or not. There's a Netflix series called Kiss Me First, which is it looks like Ready Player One. It's a British Ready Player One.
Oh, I saw that. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It doesn't look that bad. And it doesn't look like it's just beat you over the head with references, because I don't think they could use any of the references.
But that's all I want.
Oh, then...
I just want an endless stream of references of things I
then
recognize.
you are out of luck, my friend.
Well, you're out of luck.
Could be all right.
Yeah, it could be. You're out of luck because it's letters time.
I know,
and
and
you don't have the theme ready.
Yeah, no, I don't have the theme ready at all.
Ah.
I don't want to subscribe to YouTube Music.
Yes or no, Mason?
No thanks.
You notice how the no button's much smaller than the big red yes button?
And you just inherently push the big button because it's red.
Classic
Yeah,
one
'cause it's
was the
red.
letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. You know they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
You know what's weird?
What's that?
If you did get
Thumbs.
YouTube... Yeah, they are.
Uh-huh.
If you did get YouTube Music, you'd only ever play that song.
It's true,
Not
yeah.
worth it for you.
No,
Also-
sometimes I would listen. I'd probably listen to how sometimes you go to Spotify to find an album and it's not on there.
Yeah.
But somebody's just uploaded it to YouTube.
Yes,
If I was in the
exactly.
car or something, I'd probably listen that way.
My Spotify has logged me out on my phone.
Uh-oh.
And I have no idea how to get back in.
Right.
I don't know what email I put in.
Yep, uh-huh.
I definitely don't know the password, so I can't cancel it
Yeah.
because I don't even know what it's...
There are any number of...
Why did it do it? Why did it do
There
that?
are any number of logins that every time I want to log in to buy
Hmm.
something or do some banking or whatever, I have to just click forget my password and reset it again.
Yeah, same.
Because I don't know what it is anymore.
Because they're all like variations on the 5 different passwords that I use, and they're all different.
Yeah, right.
You know, but anyway.
It's all just his name.
Yeah, it's my name. Yeah.
James.
It's just no cap, no uppercase.
It's just it's James and then an assortment of numbers that he thinks it's a reference that he thinks is funny afterwards. So maybe it'd be 69 or 420 or Gundam Style. Sometimes it's just try, if you want to hack into James's account, just try James Gundam Style.
Yeah, that's right. You're in. If you want to reach the show, #WeeklyPlanetPod on Twitter.
Yes.
You get a number of tweets and stuff that we'll read out some and whatever, or weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com, and Mason will go through the mailbag. Though I've actually got a mailbag one this week.
Go
also.
ahead.
I'll start with a tweet. It's from Dion Evans. I think this is interesting. #WeeklyPlanetPod. Hey guys, the show is incredible. Was wondering if Mason could fall into a volcano. What is there? What's
What's this
happening?
trend going on? Should I jump into a volcano for
Maybe,
the likes and the
yeah.
views?
Yeah, for the
Probably.
views,
Should
yeah.
I do that on our Patreon?
Yeah.
All right.
What films do you guys consider to be beautiful in the way that they look? Personally, the way Man of Steel looks is amazing. Snyder does a good job on that side of things. Yeah, I don't always like Snyder's visuals, but I think Man of Steel does have some really beautiful looking stuff in it. Do you have any films that you think are wonderful to look at?
Beautiful films with beautiful vistas and such.
I watched the new Blade Runner again the other day.
Yep. Mhm.
That's a great movie.
Still great,
It's
yeah.
the best movie of the two. Of the three,
Yeah,
including
right.
Soldier.
Yeah.
And it's
Look,
yeah.
this is an odd choice, but I feel like the first thing that sprang to mind was probably the first Matrix, which is it's not like beautiful meadows or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
but it's got a great visual style
I
to it.
agree.
You know when they're driving the big like 1930s car, under
Yep.
the bridge and it's raining and they're
Definitely, yeah.
and they're bloody
Even the color palette, even like a drab office.
yeah,
You get I agree.
the
Kind of loses that in the other two. I think they're a bit much.
they went a bit goth rave
Yeah,
in,
they
in the sequels a bit.
well, it was the era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the first one is definitely, and when just and they pioneered so many weird effects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And good stuff.
I remember you telling me that you consider some of the greatest looking movies and best movies as what you call the Kevin Costner trilogy of
Never said
Robin
that.
Hood, Prince of Thieves,
I've not said any of this.
The Postman.
Yep, and Field of Dreams.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't Dances with Wolves? Okay.
No, it's Field of Dreams. Dances with Wolves, as if. How can you dance with a wolf? It'll tear you to shreds.
Yeah, it's true.
Dumb premise.
Yeah, even if you taught it, it would eventually get you. It'd eventually turn on you.
That's right. It'll wait till you lost concentration for a second and eat you.
But
You're like, is it step, turn, pause, turn, step, or is it step, pause, turn, pivot, step, and then it'll eat you?
yeah, I guess it depends because some movies intentionally look grimy and sad and whatever. And then you've got movies like Back to the Future too, where they go to the future and it's fun and colourful.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that would be an interesting episode to do maybe on
Yeah.
best looking babes in cinema. What are we talking about?
Oh, yeah, best looking babes.
Yeah, great.
for sure. Yeah.
I mean, anything like Denis Villeneuve, because he did the Blade Runner.
Yeah,
Like
for
if you look
sure,
at,
right.
did you do Arrival? I think you did Arrival.
Maybe.
That looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not. See, I don't know how or why something looks good. I just kind of know if it is, and I can't replicate that in any way.
Exactly. And I think in a lot of cases, if there is a movie and it's the sweeping vista of the beautiful green plains, I'm like, they're trying too hard.
Yeah, I agree. You hate The Sound of Music?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
yeah.
too. You got a letter there?
This is from Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
He's got two things. Got to say, what movie did we watch when we were a teenager and we loved it? Then we grew up and realized it's beyond terrible.
The first one that came to mind was American History X, but that's good, right?
Is it?
Yep.
Great.
I don't know. I haven't seen it probably since I was a teenager. But
Yeah,
I remember
right.
the time being, oh my God, racism. Oh, this movie's...
Yeah, so cool.
Wait.
No, that's what you said.
That's what I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Can you think of anything?
Let me.
You
think.
love sport.
Yeah, I did love. So that's absolutely. That is a great example. It was so cool and good. Remember when he builds the rocket launch? He
good.
Makes that and he launches the rocket at the plane and it all blows up.
Yeah, I
It's got
remember.
3 warheads in it. That missile.
Maybe it does.
How would it do?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So bad. It's so bad, that movie. Yeah.
As Blade, what about the first Blade?
I
That's
think that
still
probably
okay.
still
That
holds
probably
up.
a
I
little
think
bit.
that would be.
It's very goth rave.
Yeah, I think maybe there's probably some pacing issues in that movie,
Yeah.
or that movie, watching it again, it probably looks a bit. It's probably a bit bare bones.
Yeah, right.
But I think it probably
There's
still
no
holds
bare
up.
bones in that. It's mostly vampires. That's 3 jokes, Mason.
Nice.
It's a trifecta. I've done
that's
it.
good. Bear skeleton joke. Good work.
Thank
Good
you.
work. That's great stuff.
Let me think.
I'm sure there'd be so many superhero movies and things like that.
I don't really remember liking any of them from that era.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Was there even a good one? I really liked Ninja Turtles 2, and that's probably not good.
Absolutely.
That's from the 90s. People say that the Forrest Gump doesn't hold up anymore, and it's kind of just a man just being an idiot through time
Right.
and meeting presidents.
Oh, you know what I liked, and I haven't revisited it because it's Garden State. We all loved Garden State when that came out.
That's true.
And it says when I was a teenager, I was probably an adult, but
Sure.
But at the time, people were like, this is so good and profound.
And deep or whatever. But maybe it's because people have become more cynical. Maybe it'll come around again where that movie kind of makes more sense.
And that's the thing, because I don't want to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
Just in case I'm like, oh yeah, that...
I hate the Pixie Dream Girl thing.
For sure,
It's
yeah.
really...
And it will, I guess the case, because that was, I'm sure it wasn't the first example of the Manic Pixie Dream Girl,
Yeah.
but it certainly was an early example of it. And I wonder if we hate that trope now because there's been so many of them.
maybe,
Of this,
yeah.
oh my God, I'm just a girl and I want to open a cupcake shop or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Thanks, Amelie.
Yeah.
You really fucked it up.
I have no other ambitions besides inspiring this man to do and
Exactly.
live his best life or whatever.
And I have a
don't know.
T-shirt that says bespoke.
Yep. Is that what happens?
I don't
Terrific. Oh, and his second point, this is from Gabriel.
Oh.
Last week we talked about the movie Jumper.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about cliffhangers
cliffhangers.
that never went anywhere. Apparently, the Jumper universe has been revisited by the director in a YouTube series called
Really?
Impulse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it good?
The same universe. It says it's actually great. I don't know. I'm willing to believe Gabriel.
So same powers, or is it people got different powers?
Doesn't say.
I might check that
All right,
out.
yeah.
Well, Mason, you're going to have to get YouTube Red to check that out, won't you?
I don't want to.
You have to.
Don't want to, though.
All right, but you have to.
But I don't want to.
But you have to.
Oh, okay.
This is a follow-up letter from last week from Clint. He wrote in the letter about Skyscraper and amputees in films.
That's right, yeah.
And whether or not The Rock having that leg is just going to be an excuse for him to fall off a building and it's going to help him or whatever.
Correct.
Anyway, he says, first off, I want to thank you guys for making the best one-leg anniversary ever. You ended my day with a great episode and discussion of my people. I think the public's opinion on amputees have fluctuated from the greatness of Luke Skywalker to the low pitfalls of Cyborg in Justice League. Arguably the second most character in the film, looking at you, Lex Luthor. Okay, does Luke Skywalker count as an amputee?
Yes.
But he loses his hand and then he immediately just gets
That's true. He gets that does literally everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know the skin comes off it or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But it doesn't impede him in any way.
That's true.
He even
Yeah.
gets shot in the hand later. And because it's his robot head, he's fine.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. And also, Cyborg, is he an amputee because he's just a face? There's not really anything else to that guy. He's just a face.
Well, I think what we're saying is it's good that there's other examples now.
I know. That being said, all those characters are not really discussed due to the sci-fi nature of the new limbs that basically, as you're saying this, basically making them 10 times better than the average person. Skywalker, the rubbery arm of Ulysses Claw, Jake Chisel's mate Coulson, and Misty Knight. Either way, I'm excited to watch Skyscraper, to see audience love it and look at it and look at me with praise, or hates it and looks at me like an American looks at Bovril. Cheers, guys, and as requested, take a look at my running leg as well as shots of my legs. So,
yes,
he sent them through. You should check him out. Because I want to know what he uses for running. He's got one blade leg for running.
He's got the blade leg.
And he's got a sweet regular leg for the other one. It's like a
reg leg.
A reg leg.
He's got a reg leg.
So he does have the blade leg, and
Nice.
he looks fitter than both of us combined.
Wow.
So-
And we're quite unfit.
yeah,
so-
exactly. So that's
Incredible.
really saying something.
Wow.
So if you want some sweet pictures of legs, Mason, now you can go bloody check it out.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you, Clint. I got one more tweet here from Grayson who says, "Hey guys, was wondering if I can get a shout out for my new baby daughter, our first, and my wife who did all the hard work to bring her to us. James."
Mate, you did some of the work. Don't sell yourself
That's
short.
true. I did do some of the work.
Not you.
Oh, didn't I?
No.
James, best job in the world. Am I right? And hashtag as a dad, Mason. So yeah, congratulations.
Is it the best job in the world?
Best job in the world is probably
King of
roller
ice
coaster
cream.
tester. No, because you could die.
Yeah.
King of ice cream.
The king of ice cream, yes.
What does that entail?
You just...
You have to declare things?
Yeah, then you get ice cream.
But I think you wouldn't appreciate it.
No, I think you would. I think you're wise because you're the king. You don't just give you the role.
Yeah.
You're wise because you...
No, you inherit it. You're a king.
No, this is based on merit. This is a
So
job.
you're the president of ice cream.
No,
then,
you're the
really.
king of ice cream. The title's the king
You
of
can't
ice
get
cream.
elected into a monarchy.
You're not being elected. You're being promoted. You're getting the job. You interview for the job, and then you become the king of ice
You
cream.
don't interview to be the king.
No,
all right?
you do.
It doesn't work like that.
Anyway, you get free
Means
ice
your father was
You
the king of ice
what
cream.
I'm saying is...
And you grew up as the prince of ice cream, a little roly-poly ice cream boy who's never experienced anything in his life.
Maybe in
Just
your monarchy, but this is America, all right? And in America, you interview for the job and you get the job and you're wise. That's why they gave you the job, and you get as much free ice cream as you want, but you don't eat too much because you're wise.
You're just talking about a guy who works in an ice cream factory.
No,
he's
the
not
king.
a king.
No, he's the king.
He's just a guy who interviews for a job and then eats some ice cream. That's working in an ice cream factory. You fucking idiot.
Well, he's the king in my eyes. How do we get on this? Best job in the world.
job.
All right. Do you think King of Ice Cream is the best job in the world? Tweet at me at Wikipedia Brown. Yes or no?
And me.
Yeah, both of us. No context. Yes or no? Thank you to everybody who tweeted us last week about a topic that I can't remember. But I got plenty
Did
of
you
answers.
like a tweet?
Sorry?
This week? You said you were going to like a tweet.
No, I said I
though?
might like a tweet.
Oh,
if
but
there's a
you
good
didn't.
one.
Wow.
There's not been any good ones.
There's been plenty of good
No,
ones.
I disagree. Not good enough.
Okay. I don't know what you're looking for, but people keep trying.
I don't know what I'm looking for either.
Okay. You'll know it when you see it.
I know when I see it, exactly.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah. So, also, speaking of whatever we're speaking about,
No.
we've edited this in later. I was on an episode of my friend Sam Peterson's podcast, Confessions of the Idiots.
Yeah.
What's it about? I can't remember. We recorded it ages ago.
But you're in it.
I'm at it, and I remember it being a good old fun time. So, check it out and let me know what I talked about.
I
Maybe
will.
on Twitter. Say hello.
Confessions
and let me know.
of an Idiot.
And well, that's
Did
certainly
they
what
change the name of the podcast to that when you went on it?
Exactly, that's correct, yes.
Got him.
It was called Smarty Boy Talk before that. And then, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, you get it.
Do you want to take us to the end?
Let's wrap up this show. Let's see. Speaking of Twitter, you can get us at Weekly Planet Pod on Twitter and
Yes.
Facebook and Gmail and Bandcamp.
Correct.
I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter. There's also a link there to my Instagram. If everybody could follow me on Instagram, there's some fire content.
That's true. I also have an Instagram, Mr. Sunday Graham.
Very nice. Let's see. You can also go to planetbroadcasting.com, sign up to our newsletter from the great Rob Collins.
It's free.
He's the Weekly Planet on Twitter.
It's free.
You can also go to our Facebook group, Planet Broadcasting Great Mates. We have officially 10,000
Do we?
members. Yeah.
And a couple of new bloody admins.
New
yeah.
admins, Marty and Sarabi,
Exactly.
who are helping keep order in that wild west of a landscape, but it's actually very civil
actually
and very
very
nice.
nice
So if
in
you
there,
want to have a
yeah.
nice conversation about pop culture stuff or any of our other podcasts,
You
get in
can.
there.
Or just anything that you want to talk about,
Yeah,
really.
you can talk about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. What do you think the job of King of Ice Cream should entail, and how do you get said job?
Yeah, exactly. Is it an interview process? Obviously.
It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, the king of rock and roll.
Yeah.
How did he get his job?
But it's not a real...
Was he the prince of rock and roll first?
There is a Prince of Rock and Roll. It's Prince. But
R.I.P.
but that's not a real role. It's just the thing that people say that you are. You're talking about an actual monarch with a crown and a stick and sitting in a chair.
No, I'm talking about a job called the king of ice cream.
Again, that's a guy who works in a factory.
It's not though, is it? It's a different thing. Anyway, if you'd like to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies if you want to chuck in a buck.
Yes.
You can also go to the Amazon affiliate link, which is in our episode description.
Correct.
Click on there, just buy your regular Amazon shop, we'll get a kickback somehow.
Get a kickback.
You can also support us by getting a bloody sweet Weekly Planet Mr. Koya shirt.
That's right.
Just that I'd throw that in at the end because it's very exciting.
It is very exciting.
I'm super fired up about it.
And the more we sell, the less
more
we
we
have to
go to hell.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we won't go to hell.
We've been cursed Spawn style.
Yeah.
We have a limited number of podcasts to do, but if you buy our merch,
Correct.
we don't go to hell.
Exactly. Well, that's
God,
great.
Spawn was a good movie.
No.
That was
You've
good.
even said it hasn't. You said it in this episode that it's not a good movie.
Nah,
You
it's
said
good
it
though.
earlier.
Nah, it's fun. It's good though.
Good.
Let's see. We've got some t-shirts on tpublic.com. That's about it, I think.
That's about it. Next week we're doing One-Legged Die Hard. So if you
Nice.
want to go and see that, you can. And we'll talk about all the other things that happen, won't we? And then I think the week after that's Comic-Con.
Oh,
So
fired up.
Fired up.
I'm drinking my lemon and honey and I'm ready to woo.
Definitely get an Aquaman trailer.
Nice. Finally.
Finally. And
And then it'll be out in two days later. It'll be out that
December.
movie.
But I think that's good because remember they released Justice League a year and a half before
Uh-huh.
the movie came
Yeah.
out.
I cannot wait to see some stuff that will be definitely cut out of the movie.
No, I think I think this is the one, Mason.
Okay. If you
I mean,
say
and
so.
Wonder Woman. This is going to be the best movie ever made.
Wow.
So, and if you don't like that, if you can't take that, Mason,
Mm-hmm,
then there's something wrong with you and your fucking head.
Should I, hypothetically speaking, leap into a volcano?
I would never say that about you, but a lot of people seem to think that you should. So
Yeah,
maybe.
it's weird, isn't it? This week especially. Volcanoes are even out of the news this week.
I don't
so-
understand it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. All right, guys.
But look, if patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies, maybe I'll jump into a volcano.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Gundam Style! Gundam Style!
Gundam Style. Still going.
That's great stuff.
Gundam Style.
Gundam Style!
Gundam Style. Still going.
That's great stuff.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. I mean, if you want. It's up to you.